All right,
Enjoy the food
welcome.
job.
Gangsta chili sprinkles.
And so that's when the Ferengi took his hand out of my pants.
Ah,
Welcome back. So last time we left you guys, you had been under strict orders from Starfleet to recapture a station that had been abandoned on the edge of a nebula, which contained a planet upon which the main purpose of the Vasquez was built for. The Vasquez was built with a experimental stealth drive, and when it was installed in the Vasquez because the Klingons and the Federation alliance had come together to discuss a potential threat of a unknown alien species or unknown force that is being led by a group of dissident Klingons who have declared that they were going to conquer the world with a weapon that was able to destroy an entire bird of prey without warning. Something that has.
I mean, if it's just conquering the world, I guess we
Did I say
can
the world?
You said
the galaxy.
World, yeah.
The galaxy.
Okay,
what's one world? We have
What's
plenty
one
of
world in the entire galaxy?
Honestly, the world, the term "the world" in that context does mean like the world that you know, not necessarily like a planet.
The concept of a world instead of
world.
planet.
Yeah, exactly.
Conquer the
I
universe.
suppose.
They're going to conquer the universe with their newfound weapon. It destroyed an entire
The
bird of prey.
newfangled wang dangles.
It destroyed an entire bird of prey and a runabout without even flinching. And that was the purpose that the Vasquez was sent to the Beta Quadrant in the first place. But they were waiting for reinforcements from the Klingons to bring in enough forces they thought they could conquer it. So you conquered the station to use as a waypoint so that that further Federation and Klingon forces can arrive at the station, and you will be the vanguard from the station to this new planet. It is called the Kraken system, named after the Kraken Nebula, which is what it came in the first place. And no one has gotten into the Kraken system ever, because the two that tried recently were destroyed, and there is no other records of any attempts into the Kraken system. So we arrive.
So it's a hard nut to crack him.
Oh God. We open up with the station. It's busy. There are thousands of Klingons, outnumbering the Federation personnel, but there are other Federation forces kind of walking around. You were joined by the USS Thunderchild, an Akira-class starship, which is now in orbit around with 3 Klingon birds of prey. Which is just there to kind of defend the station while the Klingons prepare for their own invasion. And on the station, Terzi, you're met with your handler, Mr. Smith, Commander Smith, who pulls you aside to talk to you.
Okay.
He says specifically, he kind of pulls you aside and goes, Terzi,
Yes, sir.
you're likely going to see technology and information that no one in Starfleet has ever seen before. Your orders are to preserve that technology, whatever possible. We've only had
Yes, sir.
one encounter with Iconian technology in the past. And the idea of the Iconians possibly some sort of technology still surviving is incredibly important. We could completely change our fortunes with the Romulans and any other species that threatens the Federation.
I'll handle it.
Do so. And remember where your loyalties lie. Your Federation officer first, and your officer on that starship second.
Please.
All right. Now, we cut to a very similar conversation going on between Ba'ash and, let's just call him, I don't remember if we had a name for him, so I'll just call him General Kavor. you're summoned to one of the Klingon birds of prey, and the general who's in charge of the Klingon forces is there. You come into his office, I guess. Do Klingons have offices?
They have rooms that they do stuff in.
Yeah. He goes, Ba'ash, welcome to my lair. Klingons would have lairs, all right? They would definitely have lairs. They wouldn't have offices. They would have lairs.
Okay.
Welcome. It is good to see you in person. I've heard much of your tales of you and Starfleet.
Kapla, General Kavor.
The mission you are about to embark on is very important. I'm sending one of the best commanders I know with you. You have met him already, Captain Akul. You will be leading the ground forces on this invasion. But I brought you here because I know you spent much time with Starfleet. I know you've already been told this. But remember, you are a Klingon. First and foremost. Or to keep the best interests of the Empire in mind.
Understood. But are there any specific best interests that you had in mind?
These traitors need to die. Other than that,
of course,
anything which can be of use to the Empire, you should.
Understood.
We are in an alliance with the Federation. Anything that helps us helps the Federation. Helps us first is important.
I have one thing to ask in that regard. I understand Klingon first, but we must admit that the Federation is better at certain sciences than we generally are. Is it wise to simply preserve it for the Klingons? Is it more about control over an item than it is about learning at the moment?
If we have control over Iconian technology, or even understanding more about the Hurq, we are in control. We can give it to our allies to help us understand it better. But if we control it, then they have to come to us.
Fair enough. We've destroyed the Hurq before in our history. We will do it again today.
That is what I like to hear.
Our ancestors will fill Stovokor with their toasts and cheers to our victories.
Death before dishonor. Dismissed.
Indeed.
Them.
And she leaves.
All right. So we're going to cut to the Vasquez. Chief, you're called to the shuttle bay by Jensen. And when you arrive at the shuttle bay, you find that your entire engineering staff is there waiting for you.
All right. There better be a damn good reason you all aren't working on getting this ship combat ready.
So, yeah, Chief, yes, because we've got another ship for you. And they step aside, and you see this big tarp, which has been put over an item. And Weathers, with a bow. And Weathers runs up and pulls the tarp off, and it's a brand new runabout with the words Hurq, USS Hurq on the side.
Well, okay, that qualifies as a damn good reason.
One of them, steps forward. What was her name? Ensign.
The redhead?
Lishu. Yeah, Lishu steps forward.
Lishu, yeah.
Yeah. We did our best to make her exactly as you had her before, Chief. We even gave her the upgraded weapons package so she can be helpful in the future.
I walk up and I just sort of run my fingers along the lines of the hull, and just without saying anything, just do a whole walk around.
Yeah, just feeling it.
Yep. I was like, all right, you've done good work here, people. This is an emotional moment for me. I do have one criticism though, and he hand me a spanner,
okay,
or whatever.
They give you a hyper spanner or whatever they're called.
Yeah. I find a decent sized piece of hull plating, and I pop it out, and I just like nonchalantly I toss it on the ground in front of all of them. Like, this is as much your ship as it is mine now. I want all your names on the inside of that bulkhead.
Aww. They all kind of, nod, and someone replicates a pen. They just sign on the inside of the bulkhead. The entire engineering crew does.
A Sharpie 3000.
Sharpie 3000, yeah.
Once they do that, while they're doing that, I get the tool that's used to apply the name plate to the side of a ship.
Yeah.
Like the and I just add a Roman numeral 2 after.
2, yeah.
Didn't they just take one of the markers off the top of the Vasquez?
Those are very large markers.
Just take those markers and sharpie them in.
Those are highlighters. Those are only good for paper. You need a proper marker.
Yeah.
Okay, now it makes sense.
Set face at a sharp.
All right. You all have my word. I'll do my absolute best not to blow this one up.
Someone, you hear someone quipping in the back.
Just don't give it to Jumo. He'll blow it up this time. He's blowing everyone else up.
And someone goes, hey, he's a good pilot. Just don't give him a runabout.
Jumo's a damn good pilot, and he's never setting foot in this shuttle. Now, enough of all this. Back to work, everybody.
Yeah, everyone goes back to work.
Once everybody clears out, I do step in to the Hurq, and I just sort of like bask in it existing.
Yeah.
And then I'm computer, switch over to mode Cole 2, which is the voice mode that I've got.
Yes, yes, Big Daddy, or whatever. What is it called? Yeah, yes, Big Daddy. Yes, Daddy Cole. Yes, Daddy Cole. All right.
We're back.
We're gonna cut to Dahl and Aaron. Dahl, you're in your science bay working on kind of tweaking your robo dog.
Yay!
And kind of working on your arm as well, Ozzy. And you suddenly see like the indication that there's an incoming message for you.
All right. I punch it up on the terminal.
There is no video message. It's just a text, and it reads, "We know who you are." That's all it says.
The Black Hand. They found me.
They found you.
Wait. Just we know who you are.
We know who you are.
All right. Can I sort of like try to ascertain the origin of the message, like where it came from and stuff like that?
Yeah, give me a control science.
Control science. Control science. Yeah, it's definitely not a talent thing. One.
That's fine. So it's a I'm sorry, it was a difficulty 0.
Okay.
So each success will determine how much information you pulled out, because you can tell that the message itself came from within the Vasquez, but you can also tell, based off of that that it's been masked. Somehow it got sent into the Vasquez and then bounced inside the Vasquez towards you.
Oh, so it was meant to look like it came from within the Vasquez, but it didn't actually.
Yeah. They did a sloppy job of doing it, but the idea was that if you just a cursory glance, it looks like it would come from inside the like an internal comms.
The call came from inside the house.
It came from inside the ship.
All right. So it came from outside. Would I know what sort of range a message like this could have?
It's a pretty simple message, so it could have a pretty long range, but given the nature of the Shackleton Expanse, it would have to have been relayed to it if it was further out. So it could have
with just one success, I couldn't tell like exactly. No,
exactly. You'd have to take some more time to kind of look at it, but.
Mm-hmm. I would first like to inform Baaj about this. That someone managed to hack into our internal communication system and send a message. But I would also, without saying what I'm starting to think about who this might be, like I'm feigning ignorance, but also I would try to uncover more about where this message came from and like if there's anything hidden in the metadata and stuff like that.
That'll take a little bit longer, but yeah. I'll leave the audience with that cliffhanger for now. Lastly, we're gonna cut to Captain Secure. You get a incoming message from Admiral. What was his name? Admiral Hebert.
On screen.
Shows up on screen, looking a little bit more weathered, and goes, Captain, I can't tell you that this isn't an important event. Your mission is, your mission, your whole purpose here, but kind of hesitates and goes, good luck. Safe hunting. Come back alive.
That we shall. Live long and prosper. Secure out.
Yep.
So would it be too late for me to basically try and, I don't know, what's the equivalent of running an insight check? I have the cold reading feat as well, so like that would give me more.
Yeah. It would probably be insight because there is an insight command, I guess it would be.
Okay, insight command. And let's see. So what would the task roll be?
Task roll 2. What are you trying to find out? And I'll tell you what the difficulty is.
I want to find out exactly why is he being so apprehensive. I mean, like, I know that the mission at hand isn't necessarily something that me being a diplomat is necessarily 100% trained for, but I would like to know, or at least understand, why he is being so very human right now.
Yeah. All right. Task difficulty 2. Difficulty 1 would be that. So.
Okay.
Roll one more, because you're task roll 2.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, you got 3, so you got 2 more on the momentum, which is going to go away right here in a second.
Additionally, I gain an extra momentum, which has to be used for more information.
Okay, and you can also use those 2 momentum for more information as well. So you can use all your momentum for information if you want to. So you,
I'll
in general, you used all of it?
No, just the one. The one that I got.
So your initial information that you find you're getting, basically kind of looking at him, in your own experience with humans, is he's concerned about you, but he's hiding something. there seems to be something else which is bothering him. You can't tell if it's the mission or if it's something else exterior that is going on that is causing him distress. But
do the Admiral and I share a personal relationship other than command and junior?
Yeah, I mean you've served with him before. He was a captain when you were a junior officer, but you didn't have a lot of it was more of a hey there sport kind of thing. He knew you based off of when he had to come to you for help and ask for your assistance, but he wasn't super hands-on in the early years. He's very old. Yeah.
So in my experience with humans, our relationship shouldn't be enough that he would be I suppose close would be the human word.
Not close, but it's close enough that because you were part of his crew that he takes personal responsibility for you, kind of like how a lot of captains take personal responsibility for their crew members even well after they've left their ship, sort of thing.
Highly illogical, however I understand.
Like a medium good teacher, not one of those awesome teachers that you feel like you could go to for anything, but one that supported you in school and wanted to see
me.
Yeah.
Hey,
medium good.
You're an
medium
excellent
good, like
teacher,
me.
Paul.
All right. Okay then.
Any more other information you want to pull out of there? Because you have that you can use the momentum to that momentum you said you had to use for any other questions.
Okay. I would like to pry as to what could he possibly be concerned about other than the obvious risks with this mission.
Well, you know that the Enterprise was recently destroyed, which has thrown a lot of people out of whack, and from Generations. Enterprise D, Enterprise D, and you have been hearing unsettling discussions about the Dominion, Gamma Quadrant.
Right.
So
I'm able to piece together that his state of mind isn't necessarily to do with my mission, but other tasks weighing on him.
Yes, other things that are going on in the universe. It's just that your mission on top of all of this is making things stressful. So.
All right. Very well.
A lot on his plate.
I meditate these external feelings for a while in my quarters as we await our mission.
So, speaking of the mission, we're going to fast forward. The Klingons are prepared. The Klingons have given their all. Akul is on board and commanding the forces. He comes to you, Cole, to ask for 2 of the runabouts to be converted to troop transports, because he knows that they can hold about 40 per person. So that would be 80 troops for 2 of them, and one of them to act as kind of fighter support, as a support craft.
Yeah. So I convert the nope, I had them open on my other tab. Where'd they go?
Just pull up the Vasquez sheet.
Yeah. I convert the Pecos and the Sava for troop transport, and the recently refurbished Hurq with its upgraded weapon package will be running fighter support.
And when they're all ready, Akul comes to you, Captain, on the bridge. Everyone's on the bridge. He arrives on the bridge and goes, Captain Secure. It's good to see you one more time as we go into battle.
Indeed. I trust you and your men are prepared for the events that will ensue.
We are indeed. Get us there safely and we will win the day.
You can count on us for that.
You can shove off whenever you're ready there, Captain. Klingon salute and heads back to the turbo lift.
I respond in turn, and Then I turn to Ensign Jumo and I say, "You heard the man, Jumo. It's time to shove off."
Aye, Captain. And he up and then proceeds first at impulse and then ready to head into warp at your command there, Captain.
Engage.
Dang, you said the thing.
It's the finale.
Though it's not
all right?
his.
Yeah.
It's still the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I have been like considering like what else I could say. I mean, effectuate. I don't know. Like,
Well,
All right, Jumo.
there's been punch.
Punch it.
Yeah.
there
Punch
has
it
been
or
punch it.
get it done or do it or
Or just let's go.
you know
Or
go.
vamos.
Yeah.
Andale. There
Go
we go.
forth.
Proceed.
Yeah. Proceed.
I'm
is
trying to think
very-
of something
very Vulcan. Yeah.
Vulcan.
Very Vulcan, yeah. Oh.
Execute.
That actually, I like that one.
Pseudo.
Execute. All right. So
I said Vulcan, not the Linux.
as you guys start to warp, you guys going through the nebula, and as you're getting closer to the system, it starts popping up in your scanners. You're still not in stealth drive yet, but the engineering team thinks that they have set up the stealth drive so that it should be invisible to sensors unless you are within long range, which in terms of technical terms is 3 squares. So not extreme long range, but like long range in terms of weapons. So 3 zones away. They
Okay.
should
All right.
you should be practically invisible until they can see you.
Invisible until you're not.
Well, I mean, invisible until they can actually see you with the Mark 1 eyeball kind of thing. You know, the just actually visibly see you. But like any kind of like
okay.
sensor scanners or anything else like that for like emissions and such, you're invisible to it. It's just a matter of like it will only work as far as the engineering team can tell. What they've done is they basically masked the engines with the background radiation of the eddies, so that it always looks like a moving eddy, or it looks like an eddy background radiation instead of looking like engine displacement. So at least in the beta quadrant, or at least in the expanse, you're practically invisible when this is on.
They had a similar thing in Discovery, like they couldn't see something unless they actually went out and looked with a telescope. Even
Yeah.
the viewfinder was messed up.
Yeah.
Like the main screen. That's cool. Yeah.
All right. So how long is it going to take us to get to our computer? How long until we arrive at our destination?
Minutes. It's you were on the edge of the thing. It's maybe 20 minutes at warp to get into the system.
Okay. And everyone is ready, prepared. Okay. And I trust Captain Akul has his Klingon stationed.
Yep, he's
Very
got the
well.
he's got the first wave on the runabouts already, and he does ask if he can, once you guys come out of warp, if you could launch the Hurq, and he asks who's going to be flying the Hurq.
Okay, Chief, who's going to be flying the Tusik?
Hurq, that's a good name.
Yep. That was what I said I was going to call it back in the day.
The Hurq.
As much as I'd like to be behind the helm myself, so I don't want Jumo.
He's flying the big
He's flying
ship,
the,
right?
the big
now.
ship.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it.
Yeah. He gets the Vasquez anyway. I'm trying to think who would be good to put behind the helm on that one.
Could do Terzi. Terzi flew the last one. He only sort of crashed it, and that was not his fault. No, it was
Totally
Captain
not my fault.
Secure.
I only flew the ship after it started to crash.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, Terzi would be my next recommendation, but I don't know if he's needed on the bridge. So yeah, if you're willing to give up a member of your bridge crew, sir, I think Mr. Terzi would be a fine candidate to lead the charge.
Lieutenant Terzi, do you have any objections to this task?
If that's where you think I'm needed best, then that's where I'll be.
I believe it has been proven time and again that you are the best man for this job. So God's speed. I don't know how many gods your people have. However, this is secure thinking right now. He's not saying any of this.
Yeah.
I was about to say.
Okay.
So, Terzi,
Very
you're
well,
going to be on the. Do you want to pick like a second? Because you can grab like a security or somebody else.
Yeah, somebody to run weapon control.
Essentially, you're in command of
About-
that of the Tusik, so you can choose your own crew.
I'd like to bring Jet Setter with me.
Okay. So Jetsadar and Terzi will go out.
I also like when they're getting all that ready, I pull Ensign Lishu aside. She's an ensign, right?
Yeah.
And I say like, look, know you helped organize getting all the crew together to get the Husik put back together. I want you to keep my baby safe while she's out there.
Yes, sir. So Lishu is going to be on the. Yes, this is.
By the way, DM.
Yeah.
In the meanwhile, I've had a sort of like an agreement with Lishu that whoever sort of thinks they would need Ozzy the most gets to take him.
Okay. She doesn't need Ozzy for this one. She doesn't want Ozzy to like get lost in a runabout accident.
Right.
She's more confident that she'll survive than the dog. All right. So, you are approaching the system on the outskirts of the system. What do you do?
Mr. Inarin, can you scan ahead to see if we have any other guests?
Aye, sir.
Control science.
Control
Difficulty 4.
difficulty 4. And do we have any momentum left? No.
Oh, a new scene.
So that's going to be difficulty 3, right? With our advanced sensor suite, right?
Difficulty 3.
And can I use quantum mechanics as a
I will assist.
No.
interstellar anomalies?
No.
The ship gets to assist at least.
The ship gets.
Yeah,
to
what's the
assist,
ship?
The ship
What's the
does
ship?
get to assist.
Sensor science.
And
Science.
because the captain ordered me, I get to reroll 0.
Yes, and
Only if
so
I
you have
feel
one
like
success.
Well,
Yeah.
I have 2 successes.
Hey.
Ship and 3
Reroll
and
that
ship.
1.
Well, I said I was gonna assist as Baj, so
That's fine.
Ship already did
The
it.
ship
Yeah.
already did that, and I was gonna say this is I intentionally made it really hard because I wouldn't let anybody assist because he's got to kind of do this. So you're scanning through a nebula, so it's difficult. Into a place which has incredible radiation going through it because it's got some sort of power source that's similar to the ones you guys have had that you've seen that is incredibly powerful. So your scanners, based off of your experience, are able to kind of like ease in a little bit easier. It's a little easier for you to get in. You see a system, but it is absolutely teeming with this transdimensional energy that's all over the place. And you see a system that has 4 planets, and you also see that there is that most of the energy seems to be coming from the 3rd planet in the system.
Would it be safe to assume that this system is the source of this entire eddy?
It could be,
Phenomenal.
yes.
I relay that information, of course.
Okay. Well, judging from your findings, I feel like... Wait, computer / DM. Is Kraken 3 the planet that we're supposed to be going to?
You don't know which planet it is. All you know, your mission is currently to get to the system, drop off the Klingons, and then disable whatever defense system is activated that prevents that it destroyed those other ships approaching, to allow for the Klingons then to approach with their own ships.
Right. Well, if the system is the most specific piece of information, then I will tell Ensign Jumo to lay a course towards Kraken 3, as that is perhaps our likely target.
Turns to you and
Perhaps,
says- Go ahead.
perhaps it would be wise to engage stealth.
That is also true. Blue alert.
Teal Feel is activated, Captain.
Excellent.
Everything kind of dies down even further. Let me get the good audio for this. All of the sounds of the engine. And the engine seems like it's not on. Like, you know, it doesn't. You don't hear the vibrations and the hum of the ship.
For the record, anytime this thing is turned on, Cole is unsettled.
Everyone should be unsettled. Like, if you've been on a starship for longer, for like your career, you'd all be like, "What?" But yeah, you specifically.
But yeah, specifically because I've been with the Vasquez since it was being assembled.
Yeah.
Not hearing the hum of those engines since they were turned on.
Yeah.
Is weird for him, for Cole.
That's the teal feel. Or once you get used to it, you have Azure composure.
So, Jumo lays in a course towards the third planet. And you seem to slip by. As you come in, the view screen is activated, and you see the whole system is filled with churning eddies, like almost like lightning storms in space, as they just kind of like crackle here and there. Small pockets, huge areas. The whole place is dotted with it. Jumo's kind of like navigating between it, but it's like even the screen's kind of like phasing a little bit as you're getting closer to the.
Would I be able, with my scans, to determine whether this is a natural phenomenon, two, being constantly activated from a certain point, or three, the consequence of something that went wrong way back in the past?
Yes, you can give me that, but with a control science of 3.
Control science of 3. Okay.
With the help of the ship.
With the help of the ship. Come on.
And you get
You
the
got a
ship can
2.
reroll if you want, but
Ship can reroll. Okay,
Yeah,
whoever
if-
that was.
no, well, it's up to the captain. Yeah, he wants that.
Mon Capitan.
Yeah.
I would say that it is necessary for us to understand what's going on. So,
Hey.
yes.
So, the best you can figure is that these are the result of some unrestrained or decaying technology. Based off of your experience with the last icon, the last obelisk, that these systems are ancient and they're dying. They haven't been maintained for like 200,000 years. So as a result, there seems to be some other issues going on, and whatever is the main source of this energy seems to be in a similar situation, like slightly better maintained, but incredibly decaying. It's losing a lot of its
Control.
Integrity.
Integrity. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. The word I was
Right.
looking for. It's losing its integrity.
Just because it's that old.
Yeah, and it's leaking out these eddies. These eddies are forming all over the places. So they can be formed through harnessing the energy, like you guys have done before, like the energy of the expanse, the Shackleton expanse itself, because the energy is just spread all over the sector, but it is still. You can tell that. So that's like how the natural stuff is, but the natural ones are actually all seem to be created, spawning from this decaying ruin somewhere on Kraken 3.
We had previous reports of some of these eddies exuding power 1,000% higher than the eddies we have come across before. Within this area, do we have any eddies that are exuding similarly high outputs of energy?
Yes, there are some that are massive that are about the size of planets that are exuding huge amounts of energy. None of them seem to be discharging at you, but based off of Darj or Anaran, based off of your scans, you can tell that likely those ships that were destroyed earlier were destroyed because they came in within proximity of these eddies and didn't know about it and got just like zapped by them. You can't tell if it's natural or if it's like an artificially created defense system.
Mr. Terzi, would you mind sending one of your more expendable drones, perhaps a Mark 1, towards one of these eddies so that we may see what happens firsthand?
Hi, Captain. Launching a drone.
Okay. As you launch the drone flies out, and as it leaves the ship and gets within, maybe 30 kilometers away from the ship, so not very far from the ship, a massive spike of energy shoots out from a nearby eddy and just fries the drone. Just
Captain,
destroys it instantly.
Advise against going where the drone went.
Very well. Well, now we have our threshold, Jumo. Stay far away that does not happen to the Vasquez.
Aye, sir. So he maneuvers pretty deftly, and as he gets close to the planet, you see that the planet itself. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Bless you.
The planet sneezed.
Bless
The
you
planet
again.
sneezed. Two. It'd be maybe
Call
comes
it.
in threes.
Called it.
So the planet itself has only a couple of large eddies around it, but the actual orbit of the planet seems free. So if you, as you're getting closer, you think you can pretty much avoid it. As long as you don't go into the eddies, you should be able to avoid the major damage.
Captain, there seems to be some sort of reaction between these eddies and our main computer. There seems to be some sort of glitches going on. I think we should try to run the tissue countermeasures.
I agree. There appears to be either some sort of virus or maybe perhaps spores that are causing harm.
I didn't realize what you guys are doing until just now. So, as you approach the planet, as you're getting close to the planet, you think that it would be safe to launch at least the Tusik point.
Okay. Well, our mission is to not only just send the one ship, but to send all three.
Mhm.
So I would say, was that you pressing your comm badge there, Buster?
No.
Okay. All right. So I would say that in that case, Mr. Terzi, if you could take the Tusik down to the planet's surface and ensure that we have a safe path for our Klingon force,
Mhm.
that would
Can
be a
we,
good stage one.
Before I head down, can we do a scan for anything resembling what took out the original Hurq?
Oh, a Klingon bird of prey. Oh,
Yeah, I was looking that he was buffering.
Yeah.
But
I
Mr.
I
Mr.
froze and then
Braincase.
it's okay.
I'm trying to rejoin.
No, I mean the thing that was shooting out the bolts that
Oh,
took out
God.
the other.
Oh no!
The other shuttlecraft.
I'm
Wait.
the captain now.
Every word.
Let's do this real quick.
Move my camera down a hair.
I can't.
Just
Now
because
it's
my hair
just-
keeps getting cut off.
Hold on. Let's do this real quick.
Oh
way
God!
worse.
It's
It's
all
worse.
it's all a Braincase.
Ah,
There
you
we
have it.
There we go.
All right.
That's fixed.
Oh my god.
You want to do a scan for oh yeah, the original Hurq was destroyed by a Klingon bird of prey, but you're talking about the other ship that was brought down.
Right. The other thing
Yeah.
that was interfering with us. The thing that tried to destroy us when we went down because of the other shuttlecraft.
Yeah.
And I'm suggesting that we do it, not suggesting that I do that scan. That's more of a sciencey officer type thing.
Would
So
it be a science officer? All right.
A control science. He's asking for if you can detect any kind of buildup like they had with the other locations. The one that pulses that disabled the Pecos.
Would the quantum mechanics play a focus?
Yes, and your interstellar phenomena as well, because you've got this.
But this, yeah, I know, but this would I specifically went for quantum because this isn't interstellar. This is like you know. Jeb, help.
That's enough. That's enough.
It's enough.
It was a 0. I was going to say difficulty 0, so it was
okay.
how much you can gather. So you scan the area, and you know what? I'm just going to give you this because you're scanning the area and you're scanning the planet to see if there's any kind of buildup. So let me fix this real quickly. It changes. There you go. You should see in the handouts, Kraken 3 planetary reading. And let me edit real quickly because you got 1 success. I will add it 1. And then save. You should be able to see the 1 success rule as well.
Mm-hmm. Captain, sensors indicate a pyramid made of neutronium on the planet, and which would be rendering energy weapons useless. There's indications of an Inconian gateway at the center of the pyramid, and it's also registering a large number of. We're also seeing a large number of Klingons and 2 unknowns on the surface.
Very well. And the Klingon life forms are also nearby this pyramid, which is, as you say, made of neutronium, and so will neutralize any energy weapons.
Yes.
Yeah.
Computer, do we have ballistic weapons on board?
No.
Computer, do we have license to manufacture ballistic weapons?
Not in time. Not fast enough. You need industrial replicators to do that.
We have our batless, Captain.
Computer, can batlets fire ballistic missiles?
They can
no.
become ballistic missiles.
No, but you do have 2 members of the Nausicaa Knockouts on board, and we're just as good at any sort of ballistic missile as you can think of.
Now's not the time for Frisbee.
The neutronium effects is only around the pyramid. It's not the entire system. So it's if you get to the pyramid where the energy seems to be centered as well, it will disable your weapons.
How far away is the Klingon encampment from this pyramid?
It's inside around the pyramid. They're all around that.
I see. Well, in that case, I would number 1, I'm going to defer to your military knowledge here. You know the situation at hand here. If we do not have the ability to use laser weapons or energy weapons, how would you conduct this mission?
Set ground troops at a distance that they can approach on foot. Have them approach from 3 different or several different places so that we have surrounded them. And from there, let the Klingons do what we do best, Captain. Run in, charge, batleths.
Good day to die, all that.
Very well. Mr. Terzi, if you could set forth now in the Tusik, once you make your way down and ensure that it is safe for the rest of the ships to come through, send the message and we will send our Klingon troops before you.
And obviously don't get close enough to get your weapons disabled.
Naturally. Our Klingon ships will land at specific points on the planet that number 1 will send to them on their runabout ships.
Looking at my scans, I just say, Captain, I suggest this, and this point on on the planetary surface.
You can find
It offers the best flat ground for landing, and it's far away.
You also notice
Appreciate it, Inarin.
you won't be able to beam down into the near close to it anyways. So you wouldn't have the capacity to beam down 1,000 Klingons. So the runabouts will work for that purpose. But yeah.
Hearing that.
Wait, so
Terzi's
this is going to be like back and forth
Okay.
and back and forth if it's 1,000 Klingons.
Yes, you're 80 at a time. You can beam down them at the same time.
It'll be about 15 trips.
Yeah.
12.5.
Yeah, 12.5. Yeah.
I turn to Baj and I go, number one, you are invaluable as a member aboard the Vasquez. However, I understand that you are indeed a Klingon. If you feel like your skills are better served down on the planet with your brothers, then you have my express permission to do so. But only if you want to.
I will take that permission, Captain. I expected it.
Remember that your other mission is to disable whatever it is that's causing these eddies to happen in the
Of
first
course.
place.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, she knows. So she knows that's the mission. Like, she's probably going to lead a team specifically to do that. While the other Klingons are kind of taking over, that way there's somebody out there's like 1,000 Klingons distracting everybody, and there's like a strike force of like 20 getting in.
Yeah, I was basically saying that
you're in the middle of the pyramid.
Yeah, I was basically saying that if you wanted to join the thousands, like just in the melee, you could do, but
I'm gonna do both.
He's gonna be in two places at once. Really quick, when I hear that Terzi's getting ready to head to the Hurq, I upload a new voice command or a new voice protocol. It's it's Terzi 1. It's the normal computer voice, but just a little bit more sarcastic.
Scanning. Acknowledged.
You want to fire that weapon? All right. Fine.
Command.
It's your funeral.
The funny thing about this, Paul, the funny thing about this is he thinks he can mess with Terzi like that and expects to get this thing back. Come on.
All right, so Terzi, you take your crew to.
There are some things I want to bring with us.
Okay.
2 sets of pattern enhancers. Okay. A survival kit, including rope, because of lessons we learned last time.
Always bring rope.
Okay.
Always bring rope.
Me and Jetsar will both be carrying batlets. We will also have a Type 3 and a Type 1 at our side.
Okay. So like the concealable and then the rifle.
Right. We're not expecting those weapons to work, but should they become viable at some point, we want them on hand.
And she'll have her Kligot, of course. So.
All right. So you take off, go to the planet with the runabout. Nothing seems to be about. You can see this pyramid though; it's huge. As you're coming towards the planet, you can see this thing. It's epic in scale in terms of how big it is. It's a giant pyramid, and at the very top of the pyramid, instead of it coming to a peak, it comes to an obelisk, which is just radiating energy out from it. And it looks like the obelisks you've seen before, but like twice the size.
Space cancer.
So being the science officer, can I be like just to myself be wondering how this pyramid hasn't actually sunk into the ground of the planet and caused an implosion, because it's made out of fucking neutronium, which is basically neutrons packed right next to each other.
Yeah.
The stuff neutrons.
The support beams under it are made of neutronium. Come on.
The whole planet is made of neutronium. Yeah. No. It is very odd. Like it should have not exist, but it does exist.
It shouldn't exist. No, definitely.
No. And you're able to scout out a couple places. The first 2 runabouts land at one location, dump off their troops, come back. This happens about 5 or 6 times. And as you are escorting the runabouts back into the runabout into the shuttle bay, your sensors start lighting up as you see two contacts you did not see just appear. And you're still on the bridge, right?
Yeah.
Ba'ash?
Yeah.
Ba'ash?
Sure, yeah.
So as you gosh, what is it? As the sensors light up, you get an alert warning as well, and you recognize these ships instantly. These ships, let me pull it up. Not sound stupid. Because I'll call it the wrong name, and I know it will. It is the Katinga class battle cruiser decloaks right near you, as well as a Brael class bird of prey, the smaller scout, size of the bird of prey. They both show up. They both just appear before you. They don't seem to have decloaked. They just appear inside or around some of these eddies nearby you guys. And they start powering weapons. They don't do anything. They just start powering weapons. With that, we're gonna take a quick.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna pull that shit on us again.
We'll be right back.
Good thing though. I have to bio.
It's about time for that. We'll be right back, guys. Don't go anywhere.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Is this an anime you're talking about?
It's not an anime, it's a graphic novel. But it's not just that he can eat people to gain their memories. He can also just eat anything and know exactly what happened to it, where it came from, and that kind of stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard I think I've seen that before. Welcome back, guys.
As teased in the intro. New kitty.
Fluffy kitty.
Meow.
He looks so angry. I
look pleased.
Well,
he just always kind of looks like that.
Yeah, all cats. It's not a ragdoll. I can't remember the name of it. It's a Persian.
He's a ragamuffin, actually.
Ragamuffin. Okay.
Yeah, it's a spin-off of the ragdoll breed, but it's an officially recognized breed. He's purebred.
Yeah.
He's like, why do you
if he
lift
becomes
me
a foster
so?
failure, it's going to cost us $400.
Oh, jeez. He is a all ragdolls have that kind of constantly angry look because
resting bitch face.
Yeah, it's Grumpy Cat. It's the similar kind of breed as Grumpy Cat.
Okay.
Sorry, just a cat. It can't have resting bitch face. That's a cat. It can't have.
That's for dogs only. Yeah.
Resting kid face, perhaps.
He's adorable, and he's only a year old, and he's gonna get bigger. That breed doesn't reach full size until like 3 or 4.
Oh, jeez.
Dang.
Oh, I think I've seen the pictures of those. They're chonkers.
My aunt had one of those, and who was named Odo, appropriately enough.
Oh.
He grew to
because
be this.
Cats are fluids.
Yeah, because he literally was the size of an armrest. So, yeah, but they named him Odo after DS9, which I always thought was weird because my family is a bunch of Trekkies. My dad, my dad, and that was my dad's sister. Yeah, so they're both huge Trekkies when it came to that. All right, so we're back. Let's get you guys into the right screen for this. Let's pull you guys. We're still
Space. Grid. Planet.
Let's get you guys into. I don't think I have a blue alert, so I'll just go with this one. I keep forgetting to put it into the action one, so we'll go into regular action and then action.
I mean, we might be on red alert now because we are about to fight.
Yeah. Let me pull back a little bit so they can see.
We don't know who these people are, so I suppose we will hail them while going to yellow alert.
I They could be the ships of the Klingons below.
Yep.
But we'll
They
see.
could be.
Paul left us on a cliffhanger for a reason.
Mm.
And
That is highly illogical. There are no cliffs in space, number one.
If it's somehow rock, I'm just gonna punch a wall.
It's a rocky
my dear
cliffhanger.
commander.
My dear commander, would you like to purchase these Klingon ships I have acquired?
I'm willing to lease you these ships for the low price.
Of your
love.
Remember, marriage is a transaction in Ferengi.
I offer these ships as a dowry.
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
All right. So, you guys go to yellow alert. So we'll go to yellow alert. There you go.
Yay. Oh wait, I have.
And I think it did it again, where it killed the overlay for some reason.
Wait, what's our name
overlay
for
looks
yellow
fine.
alert?
Looks fine, yeah.
Like it's not yellow mellow, is it?
That would be jaune tone.
Jaune tone.
Wow. Wow.
So, you guys are being targeted by the weapons. You go to yellow alert, but you're being targeted by the weapons of these two ships.
So since they just appeared out of nowhere, it's safe to assume they used an eddy to traverse space.
There is no indication.
time.
There is no indication of eddy travel based off of you, because you've had enough sensors, Eddie. They just appeared. They don't seem to have decloaked. They seem to have just appeared.
Okay. Open a comm to the Klingon ships. Number one. What are these?
You're muted.
It is a Katinga and a Burrell. Does it have markers on the hull to the house?
Yes.
What's the house?
Give me a insight command, and I'll let you know.
I have a feeling this is gonna be like some wild shit. Okay. Insight command, and I'm gonna use a focus. Did it roll yet?
Yeah, it did.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got a 1.
That's all you needed. I gotta give you guys a difficulty. I keep forgetting to do that. Difficulty 1. So yeah, you get it. It's pretty obvious for you because you're stunned by what you see. They are markings of the House of Koloth.
Wait. How old are these ships looking?
They look old. They look about 20, 30 years old. Like they haven't been refit in about 20 years.
Are they? Is one of them my father's specific ship?
No, not that you can tell.
Okay. Yeah, and I that's where I'm looking at these and I look at the captain and I say, those are my ships.
Okay. Hail them.
Bring up a hail, no response.
Number one. Is there some Klingon way of hailing that I'm too Vulcan to know?
Other ships. This is Commander Baaj aboard the USS Vasquez. Baaj of the House of Koloth.
As you say that,
Ask kindly.
the thing comes back up and goes, "Who uses our house's name? We have no Baaj in our records." See an older Klingon, probably in his later years, who's talking to you.
Is it Koloth?
No.
Okay. Does he look familiar to me? Like, do I remember anybody like him through my life? Okay.
Not at all. Like, this just comes out of left field. You have no idea who this is.
Well, I am the only member left of my house. Koloth died last year. Who are you?
I am.
There are some who call me Tim.
Tim.
Timok.
Timach. I am
Timach.
I am Timach.
Im.
There we go. There it's good. I am Im. I am the servant of the house of Koloth, the to the true heir of the Koloth family, Mukvar, son of Koloth.
He died. He was killed by the albino before I was even born.
He is not dead.
What has happened to my father? What do you have of my father?
Your father is... I do not know. Your
He
father
passed
has
away. He passed. What was the brother's name, real quick again?
Mukvar.
Mokvar.
Yeah, Mukvar.
Koloth died in a blood oath to kill the albino to avenge their son, himself, Kor, and Kang's sons, including Mokvar. Sorry, I keep saying it wrong.
Yeah. This is unknown to us, but you are dishonoring our family by claiming to be inherited to our...
You are dishonoring my family by claiming that my brother is alive.
Enough of this. Leave the system. Yeah.
I send a quick text communication to Dahl, just saying scan for chronoton discrepancies and all that.
Oh, okay.
And I also, while she's talking on the computer, I do a quick. While she's talking to the guy on the screen, I do a quick database check. I'm looking for Baaj's birth certificates or whatever, so we can send it to him and go, "This is who she is."
Okay. You can find it pretty easily. The records. You have records
her
on the
personnel file. Yeah, exactly.
So you send it over.
Yeah, I just forward them her personnel file so that they know that she is who she says that she is.
Okay. Give me a control science.
What's the ship's role?
It would be sensor science.
Okay, sensor science.
That's not for you, Meyer. That's for
okay.
Doll's scanning for chronotons.
Chronotons, yes.
I was gonna say, if I had to roll to send her credentials, if I failed, what would happen? Would I send my last open tab?
Yeah.
I'm sorry to expose you to my browsing history.
Panvar that was sent to Rock.
Yeah.
Pomfar.net.
Sensible Vulcan women with showing a little ankle. It's woo, so hot.
I don't know. Vulcans show some skin.
They do. They get kind of.
It's hot there. It's freaking hot.
The Chronicon scan brings up nothing. There is nothing in the background. It seems to be indicating. I think you're indicating, seeing if there was any kind of time travel or time displacement.
Yeah.
Correct.
You hear a pause when he's talking. He looks over, and someone else. You see someone else. You can hear kind of mutterings of someone talking to him on the other side, and he turns back and goes, "This proves nothing. The Klingon Empire has been disgraced, and it is only with the help of our allies and Mokvar that we will bring back the Klingon Empire to its peak. Last chance, leave this world, or we will destroy you."
Last chance, let me see my brother.
Your brother? Dishonor the name of Koloth. I'm done with you. And he hangs up,
Fire weapons.
You got the one who has the weapons.
Fire weapons.
Ship fire.
Fire weapons. Yeah.
Weapon security for the ship, and I'm gonna say daring security for me because I'm pissed.
Mm-hmm.
And I am using a focus.
This is gonna turn out well with Baaj.
It is medium
weapons
range.
without
Captain.
Captain.
Wait. Are you firing phasers? or
whatever I can shoot that's within medium,
it's
with medium
photons
range.
because medium range is
That's fine.
Is like 1 square away. So
Yeah, photons then.
photons. All right, so you fire photons. You hit. Roll me some damage.
And I'm using my thing that gives me 1 extra hit die on it. Or not hit die, but thing. I'm making sure which one it is. Yeah, it's the full spread maximum yield.
Yeah, challenge dice. It also gives me more threat. Yay.
Where's the Tusik during all this?
It's outside. You just see you see the ship show up and the Vasquez. You're kind of tuned into the conversation. Now you see the Klingons hang up and the Vasquez fire a full spread of photon torpedoes towards the.
Jumo evasive maneuvers.
No effect.
No effect.
But that one doesn't have. That's not the piercing damage one, so that one doesn't come with piercing anyway. So 2. Just.
You still do 5.
Did it
5
roll
damage.
wrong?
You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see 5 hits.
Wait. It had a different roll up for a second, and then it added the. Okay, whatever. Yeah. It's fine now.
Yeah.
Roll20 is so hammered that it keeps sending the results from somebody else's
game. So you've got 5. So that it's had its shields up, so it's down some shields.
Red alert.
We're heading
if that wasn't already in.
What's that?
Heading back towards the planet.
You're heading back towards the planet. You're not going to get involved in this combat. Both of the shuttles are in the shuttle bay.
Yeah, I was going to say, wasn't he returning with a shuttle?
Yeah, he's there. Like, you can see him on the map here. He's here.
Yeah, you could just, dock.
Yeah, if you wanted to.
Yeah, if I can make it in and get it on the deck, then yeah, I'll go with that.
Okay, we'll say that you do that so that your
ship
is no longer...
Is Captain Akul in the area? Is Captain Akul yet arrived?
He's on the ground. Because remember, he was in the ship with you. He was leaving.
Yeah, I'm going to send him some sort of form of text communication, just saying, somebody is out here claiming to be of House Koloth.
New Koloth, who dis?
All right. And evasive maneuvers. So Jumo is going to do some evasive maneuvers. Does someone want to try to control Jumo? Because I've been controlling it for most of this time.
Jumo can't be controlled.
He's
a man.
I don't know. He's done really well with you controlling him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. If anybody else does,
I don't know if I want to screw with that. See? See what I'm saying?
He succeeds in going evasive, but it uses 1 power. So, going evasive, 1 power. And now that weapons have been fired, let me proceed with the proper music. Legally distinct proper music.
You mean legally indistinct?
Indistinct, yes.
Yeah.
Well, legally distinct, so it's not. We're not going to get demonetized or anything like that. But there you go. You guys can hear it, right?
I have Roll20 muted, so no. Okay. But
let me make sure it's unmuted.
I unmuted just for this.
I knew it. I had it unmuted. I just don't know why I'm not hearing it.
Good music.
There it goes. Okay. I did have it muted on accident. Turn the volume down, you ass thing. Not you. It wasn't letting me turn the volume down. Okay, I got it.
Okay. So, you have 1 more action. You fired weapons. Jumo's going evasive. What other action you want to do? Oh, no, and you docked. You docked the ship.
How close are these ships to that eddy?
They're right next to it.
And that eddy is of a size that we have determined before is dangerous, correct?
Yes, but they're not. There's no lashing out at them for some reason.
Mr. Terzi, launch a size 1 Mark 1 drone towards the enemy Klingon vessel. Let's see if we can't rouse that eddy to do something interesting.
Terzi's not there. Terzi's
locked.
He's on the shuttle.
Would
I do
would I
think-
not have controls of
Tersey
that from the
adjusts.
shuttle?
Okay.
Well,
you-
whoever took over his post.
Okay, so the
Con.
Jumo launches it and launches the probe as he's doing evasive maneuvers, but it fires out and it gets destroyed like you'd expect it to, but it does nothing. But it just attacks the probe, doesn't do anything else.
Okay.
They're with the Hurq, Captain.
And then we'll switch to their turn. It is now their turn. They will move one square. I don't know if this is legal or not. They will move one zone away, and then they will open fire with their phaser, their own phases. Realize that they don't use
Jersey's
phasers.
racing to the bridge during all this, by the way.
I'd forgotten that the Klingons do use phasers. It's just the bird of preys are the ones who use disruptors.
Oh.
Yes.
And they're going to fire on you. Now this is going to be difficulty of 3 because Jumo is evading. But
They will fail.
Weapon security, fire.
I told you they would fail.
Missed. Yeah. Phaser banks fire and just fly over as Jumo maneuvers, and then they're going to cloak. You see them ripple out, disappear.
Well,
Disappear.
Quite the cowardly move.
Jumo, pull us away from the eddy as far as possible, so that we do not get jumped upon. It appears that our northernmost heading seems to be the clearest from these anomalies.
Okay. So you want to go like right here?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's the because you guys going first. So he'll pull you guys. We'll take one power to move there. You can move one square.
Okay.
He can
Is it
walk.
not possible to fly over the planet instead?
Yeah, you can. You mean like over here?
To the right. Yeah. So we're away from that eddy. Okay.
Yeah.
And with this distance of about 2 squares, will we still be able to fire upon that other smaller ship?
Yes, with a photon.
Okay. Number 1, it's lined up.
No, you won't be able to fire on that with photon because it's a little bit too far away. They'd have to get a little closer.
Okay. Likewise, will they be able to fire upon us?
No, they'd have to get closer.
Okay, then in that case, maintain position and hold evasive pattern. Anybody else want to do something?
yeah. So I
One more. Jumo's also going
go
to
ahead.
do this real quick. One more power because Jumo's going to go evasive again. He actually used 2 power because he moved and he's going evasive.
All right,
So-
so I am going to jump in and I'm going to attempt to use the deflector dish to bathe the area in tachyons so that we can attempt to detect the cloaked ship the same way we did with Rock's cloaked shuttle.
Do it.
I will assist because I am aware of Klingon technology.
And
Have
these are
to
actually
sense
your
it.
ships. Shouldn't you be able to give us like sort of special insider info?
Well, Paul said I didn't necessarily recognize these specific ships,
Yeah.
but I recognize them as South Kola.
And we got to remember that each cloaking device isn't necessarily the same. So, like, and over the years, cloaking technology has been tweaked. So,
Yeah,
Yeah, but
I'm
these
just
are
trying to
old.
use a strategy that we've tested.
What's the role for me to assist him? Reason? No wait, insight probably because I know.
What's the role
about
for
this.
me?
I'm double checking it right now.
Okay.
There is actually specific rules for cloaking devices for Klingons. Remembered, and I have it. Yeah.
Legally distinct.
Yes.
Vessel of the Faith.
So the vessel device. Oh, I forgot to do it, but whatever. It's fine. Cannot be attempt any attacks, nor can it be a target of attack unless the attacker has found some way of detecting a cloaked ship. While cloaked vessel shields are down, requires a minor action to decloak. So, yeah. So I'll just say that for now. But yeah, that there's no rules for it. So yeah, you can give me a engineering reason check.
That's his fort.
Yep, indeed. But I don't have a focus that would help with this, so that's all I got. And roll. What's the difficulty before I roll, Paul?
Difficulty 2.
All right.
It would be difficulty 3, but because you're using the ship's sensors, it's a difficulty less difficulty. So go ahead and have the ship's sensors engineering for that one. Well.
Sensors engineering.
So you can get some bonus momentum there.
Or not.
You're still able to detect them. So I'll put them up on the screen. You can see them.
Who are we hearing the music feedback from?
Yeah, there's some slight music feedback. I don't know who it's coming through.
It's probably me. Let me try
Who do
something.
we execute?
Yeah, it is you, yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of liking it because this is the only feed I'm getting it from.
If you unmute roll 20, you'll get it for you. I just don't want
Yeah, but I'm
stream
not
to
getting
hear.
roll 20 through my headphones. It's on my another laptop speakers then.
So here's the thing.
Well,
that used
the only thing that should be coming through my mic is my mic now.
Okay.
So you use another power. So you're now down another power to activate this tachyon burst to be able to see this.
Okay.
Ship. Now their shields are
Marked.
down, and you know where they are, but you out of sources. You can use that what was that thing again where you can like push through and or you can spend you don't have any
No momentum.
no momentum, so you couldn't use the momentum to do this, but this will only last one round, so you'll have to do it again if they decloak again. That's the key. So now that you guys are done, the other ship is going to move within range and fire its photon torpedoes at you. It's harder for you guys to hit for them to hit you. Require task roll 3 to hit you with his photon.
Should still be under evasive maneuvers, yeah.
They hit photons. For 4 damage. Or no, 5 damage. But you have shields up, so there's no breaches. You know. No rocks yet. Little explosion. Little rocking.
Damage report.
I mean, that's an actual like action that we have to take.
I know, but like they always do it in the show.
Damage
What does it
report.
actually do in the game?
Shields. What it actually does is increases the. It's like it increases like your response time, I think.
Right. I guess we don't need to use it unless things get damaged.
Let me double check. Let's see what it is. Damage report. It's like a command.
Under the ship systems tasks, I know that.
There's scan for weaknesses, internal, deploy security.
Sorry, damage control or damage report is actually communications. Communications officer puts out a call to all decks and promptly receives reports of damage across the ship. This is an insight command task assisted by the ship's communications engineering with a difficulty of 1. If successful, reduce the difficulty of 1 task to perform repairs by 1.
Okay.
Affect 1 additional task for 1 momentum repeatable, or reduce the difficulty of 1 task, an additional 1 for 2 momentum repeatable.
I see. So it's if we want to repair stuff. Gotcha.
Yes.
All right. Well, I don't say that.
Okay. Shields are down to whatever. You guys got 5 hits. I don't know what your shield percentage is at.
We're at 7 of 12, so let's say 65%.
Okay. Well, let's keep at it then. Let's. I would like to stay a little bit further away from the ship. However, we can't in this game hold your turn, so that when we get there, we can then fire at them when they get into range. So, I would say we'd fire first, then move further away. I want to be as far away from that eddy as possible while they're fighting, because those things constitute as essentially reinforcements for them and or other enemy entities. So.
Hold on. This is also going to, after it fires, it's going to also cloak. Engines, control engine one. Okay.
No, so we actually disrupted their cloak instead of just being able to detect them.
No. The other bird of prey is cloaking.
There are two ships.
Yeah, other one. Okay.
Difficulty is 2. Nope, they are. They can't seem to cloak. Their cloaking system is not.
That's what they get for using a 30-year-old ship.
Yes. All right. You are. Now it is your turn again.
Okay, so number 1, fire at the closest Klingon vessel. Jumo, keep heading towards that destination north. Chief, try and if you can, get our shields back up and running to nominal levels.
Aye, Captain.
He can move, but he can't evade at the same task. So he'll be able to move you out of range, but he's just.
He can't move me a square. Okay,
he can move you 1 square, but he can't move you. But he couldn't also evade.
He can move or do evasive maneuvers.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
This time I'm
fly like okay, never mind. Yeah, this time.
This time I am using precision targeting. And does 2 hit, because I can re-roll my 0 if I need to.
Yeah, let me double check for ranges again, because I'm pretty sure that ranges
effect.
Is now a good time for me to casually stroll out of the turbo lift and walk to my station?
Probably. Okay, so
you just you come in from the side of frame and just punch whoever's on your station.
Punch? No. Batless to the head.
No.
But the blunt side.
Yes.
Or just a frisbee comes in from off screen and wham, and he just crumples out of frame and you sit down.
I pick up the frisbee and just.
So essentially, from what I can gather, based off of my interpretation, close range is they're in the same square as you. Medium range is they're in the square next to you, and long range is when they're 2 squares away. So that ship is long range. So you'd have to move in closer and fire, or with the phasers, or you'd have to fire with torpedoes. Now remember, they don't know that you can see them, and their shields are down.
Yeah, I'm gonna fire. I'm just gonna fire
Captain.
Torpedoes.
Okay.
Captain,
that's 2 hits. Yeah.
Permission to beam a probe to the other ship.
Permission granted. You
wait till my attack. We don't need shields down now.
Yeah.
But so 2 hits.
2 hits. Roll me some damage.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, also just as a question, since this is an old ship, it cannot fire while cloaked, right?
Nope.
Okay.
Give it a second, but it gets piercing 1, so.
So each of those, you've negated all of its resistance. So that is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage, which is 1 breach. Plus, because its shields are down, it gets an additional breach. Plus, because it's high yield, it gets an additional breach. So it's 3 breaches.
I would have been targeting, by the way, its engines.
I don't know if we can target specific subsystems while it's
I can.
She can, because she has
okay.
she has a trait.
Yeah, I can specifically.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if it being cloaked was causing.
It thinks it's cloaked where you can see it.
Yeah, because your tachyon emission scanning thing. Technobabble. You're able to see it.
Yeah.
Using the right thing.
We have predator vision. They're doomed.
Yes, they're doomed. All right, so their engines receive 3 breaches, so they're disabled because their skill is 4.
That's bad for them.
That's very bad for them.
Goodbye cloak and everything else, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, their life supports and stuff, like their emergency systems will kick in, but that can't fix their engine.
Let me see the damage real quickly so I can get a good idea. Engine
And they don't have
damaged. It is they're damaged or they're disabled, which means no, they're damaged because it hasn't equaled the scale of the ship. So the system has been significantly damaged. This increases the difficulty of all tasks that individuals are assisted by the ship's engines by +2 until it's repaired. Further, the ship loses 1 power at the end of every round until this is repaired.
Haha, and they don't have a Dax and coal in their engine bay this time.
Yeah.
I'm a master of repairing Klingon engines.
I don't want to by the way, I'm not trying to destroy the ship.
Yeah,
I am just trying to severely disable it to the point that it is unusable.
She's not trying to destroy the ship.
It's in the torpedo's hands now.
Well, it obviously, like, there's some weird shit going on, so she's very interested in getting these guys eventually in a real discussion and being like, who the fuck are you?
So, Paul, energizing transport of a probe.
Give me a
active, all sensors active, and I'm trying to send it into their engineering deck.
So you're trying to trick the thing into attacking it.
Yes.
Okay. So
I want it to be active in every sense of the word.
It will cost power.
Yep.
So I'm trying to figure out what's the task here. It is I think it's an engineering task.
Yeah, it's transporters, but I actually can't do it because I'm in main engineering. It'll have to be done from the bridge.
Yeah. So
transporters is the one engineering task that can't be done from main engineering. Weirdly.
Yep. Control plus engineering task, difficulty of 2.
Control engineering.
Assisted by the sensors and engineering.
You can also re-roll because I
believe sorry, difficulty 4 because it's not on a pad.
Yeah, this probably ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, neither destination is on a pad, so
make it so.
He's saying re-roll that 0.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm rolling for the ship right now. Sensors engineering.
Aha, never mind.
Oh, we have 2 out of 4.
You use the power though. It's
Did the ship roll? I hit the button. There it is. Okay. Yeah. So we still use the power.
Yeah, which
do we not have any momentum to use as well?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, which also means that's our 3rd action, so I don't get to try to get the shields back up.
Ah.
Yeah. But he
I'll do that
moved.
next round.
He'll move because that was and another power. You can use another power because he's moving. Moving away.
Jersey,
from
I don't suppose
targets.
you have the ability to just beam the entire atmosphere of the ship like 200 meters to the right, do you?
I've been marking down our power, and I have no idea anymore.
Me.
So
well, we're at 5.
You're at 5 because you had 11, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now it is their turn. Their cloak drops because you just wrecked their engines, and they're gonna desperately try to repair. And that task roll is for repair. Is
repair is gonna be
I guess it's like an engines because, like, for instance, like the engine
damage control. Officer sends a damage control team which attempts to repair a single breach. Choose a single damaged or disabled system and attempt a presence engineering task with a difficulty determined by the system chosen. On 230, it'll say the difficulty. If successful, the system is restored to function and can be used again normally. This does not remove any breaches, only the penalties imposed by damage. So if we get another breach, it'll still be destroyed.
Yeah, okay. So they are going to...
And for engines, it is... where are you? Engines damage from disabled. The repair difficulty is 5.
Ooh, I'm spending
At
some
the game
threat.
at the game master's discretion, this may be replaced with an extended task: work 10, magnitude 3, resistance 2, base difficulty 2.
Yeah, I'm doing a spending some threat to have them be and the ship assists. That does not critical fail. So they are a complication. So the complication is that they can't get the cloak back up, and they aren't able to to repair their engines. But they still have 2 more tasks they're going to attempt. They're going to attempt it one more time. I'm going to spend all of my threat on this one.
Damn
it. Nope, still fails. So they can't move. They're stuck there. They're not going to do anything. So it is now you guys again.
Don't they lose the power for that?
They do lose. They
lose the power at the end of the round. Yeah. Definitely. They can technically still do things because they're damaged and not disabled.
Yes, but they have to move,
disabled,
and it takes twice.
Destroyed.
It's not destroyed. They're not disabled. They're damaged, not disabled. But it
because it'll be
disabled
disabled if we get 1 more breach, destroyed if we get 2. Because we did enough breaches of their scale -1, which is damaged. If it equals the scale, it's disabled. If it exceeds the scale, it's destroyed.
I'm also realizing I should have done some Jumo rolls, but he's fine.
Jumo's fine.
It's Jumo. It's Vin Diesel.
Yeah. Because I think the difficulty is 1 for moving the ship, but I'm double checking that.
Fast and the Furious 3, Shackleton Drift.
Yes.
I've decided, by the way, in the Fast and the Furious series, that all of the characters are in fact wizards with a specialty in automancy.
Yes. It's an anime.
Does that explain
the best analysis I've seen is it's a what is it called? It's a
Initial D.
It's not Initial D. It's a whatever the DBZ is. I keep forgetting the name of it. A shonen. It's a shonen anime, where the first you see them like very super beginning at the very beginning, and then by the end they're like fighting gods. That's
you mean works. Gurren Lagann?
Yeah, kind of like Gurren Lagann. Yeah, or DBZ or anything like that. It's basically that, but with cars.
Right.
Does that explain cars with like 29 speed gearboxes?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So for moving the ship is difficulty 1. Yeah, so he's fine. Oh, wait. Helm for impulse. Power requirement of run. Actually, he doesn't have to do it. He just has a power requirement, so he can move it without.
Yeah, we did pull the power for him moving already.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's clear.
You are up now. You have a disabled a ship with disabled engines, and you have a bird of prey that has been hot on your tail, and you are now out of range of both of them right now.
Okay. I'm gonna jump in and do an engineering task, but I'm gonna prioritize getting our power back over getting our shields back up because we're not in imminent danger.
Rerouting power. Yeah. Gotcha.
Dahl, can you find anybody that matches biosigns and DNA structure similar to mine aboard either of those ships?
You want me to find a genetic match of you?
Yes.
Let's see here. Power management. Daring or control engineering with a difficulty of 2, which is actually 1 for me. On a success, it gains 1 point of power plus 1 per momentum spent. And then I also can spend momentum to give it more power based on my other ability. Okay.
You don't have momentum.
So difficulty 1, control engineering, not assisted by the ship in any way.
Dahl, restrict your search parameters to third cousins. We don't want to get the entire every single Klingon on board our ship, right? Like there has to be a limit.
Okay.
Will do as soon as it's my turn.
23 and me then.
You're trying to figure out if there's if like any of the
If there's
Klingons...
any members of House of Koloth,
Yeah, how many
well,
chromosomes?
on the ships or on the surface of the planets?
No, the only one that's currently there is
Go.
Bosch. Bosch is the only one.
I'm literally the only member of House of Koloth.
I fail to route power.
Ooh.
Whew.
You
can re-roll if someone orders you to.
Can I assist?
Yeah, like okay, are you using yours, Vaj?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, you're terrible at this. Let me help you.
You can join the system.
Captain,
we
the
need
old school
power now.
disruptors on that ship have frazzled our ability to route power through our conduits.
That may be so,
Can I
Chief,
assist
but we
him
need
from
them
the
now.
bridge?
So you
All right,
roll
so-
again.
I assist you.
We're using
Okay.
mine now.
Never mind.
Also re-roll HP. You also get an assist from him.
No. You son of a bitch. Why couldn't you just accept my 2 as an assist?
The captain
These
will
are-
hit an order.
Welcome
was the-
to me rolling.
What was the difficulty again? Difficulty 1?
Yeah.
So you get it, and you get 1 momentum with a complication.
Momentum.
The only place you could draw power from because of all these all this other stuff is the stealth drive. So you will not be able to use the stealth drive anymore.
Damn it.
Is the stealth drive damaged, or does it need power, or
It
like
needs
what
power.
exactly?
It's the only place you could.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to pull power from the stealth drive.
Got it.
I mean, nothing's attacking you right now.
How much
And the
power
stealth
did we
drive went
get?
off.
So it's restores 1 point of power by default, and then we can spend that point of momentum we got to give a second point.
Yeah,
Yeah,
2
let's
power.
do it. So we're back up to 7.
Yeah.
There. All right. How many turns is that?
That is 1.
Turn? Or actions, I mean.
Yeah, you have 2
Oh,
actions.
my scan wasn't an action.
In the
I mean,
future,
I'm
just remember-
asking.
No, it wasn't. I'm just that would be a common knowledge because there's only 1 member of House of Koloth. It's Baj. There are some allies of House of Koloth, but that's harder to determine.
All right, so these Klingons would either be allies or just flat out lying about it.
Yeah. In the future, I need to remember to just do any other engineering task besides power, because my engineering talent, a little more power, lets me spend momentum to regain power.
Ah,
Okay.
well, there you go.
Okay.
It's only 1 momentum
We
per
had no
task,
momentum,
so it's
though.
not.
Yeah, but if you had done like power shield, boy, I don't know if you would have been able to do power shields. Anyways,
So if I do shields, then I can and I get a point of momentum. I can spend that to restore 1 point of power. That's what the talent a little more power does. Is
Nice.
it lets me spend a single point of momentum when I do any engineering task to restore 1 power.
Ah.
all right. So you still have 2 more actions.
And they're still in shooting. Well, no, they're no
No, they're
longer
not.
in shooting range.
They moved out of range.
We are holding position here, though.
Okay, you just want to stay there, or do you want to do evasive maneuvers?
Captain, I suggest we park ourselves in a polar orbit right above the magnetic North Pole. That may mask our presence.
Very well. We are directly in orbit of the planet so far. So, Jumo, you heard the man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
Would
have
that do
him-
anything, DM?
I will have him essentially do that as a evasive action roll.
Okay.
Give me something good, and I'll tell you if it works or not. So that is boom. He does it with the ship. He also needs to assist, but
I can roll ship. What is it?
structure con.
Got it.
Yeah, it exists. It does it.
Yay.
I think it's only difficulty 1.
Momentum.
So you get momentum.
We have 1.
So you
It's
are
like the
currently
one session
evasive.
where we're not maxed on momentum all the time.
And it's the finale, so how appropriate. All right, so now you guys still have 1 more action. Do you want to do anything?
We can't fire upon them. We've gotten our power back. We are doing 23andMe.
I will let you hold your action to fire something if they get within range, kind of thing.
Okay.
I will prepare an attack, Captain, should they be in range there.
There we go.
Basically, just
photons
hovering
or
your
phasers,
finger
which
over
ones?
the fire button.
Well, I just basically am gonna set up
She readies an action to fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't decide if it's gonna be because I don't want to screw him up with the photons too hard. Yeah, whatever. We'll just get there when we get there.
Okay. So it's the Bop's turn. Bop is going to move 1 into your range, so you can fire if you want.
Yep,
gonna be
I'm gonna take that
bop,
opportunity
bop.
now.
Okay.
Going to set up a precision targeting attack. So it gains piercing 1 with the torpedoes. So here we go. Control. No, pardon me. Daring. Security.
I get more threat because you're using full spread, right?
No. I'm
Okay.
using precision targeting. That's fine. So it won't give you threat. That hits without the ship assists, but I'm going to still roll ship assists for... Okay, good. It wasn't a red one. And then...
Do we get
Here
momentum
come-
for that?
If it hits, yes, you get momentum because it's difficulty 2, so
Okay.
you get 1 more momentum. So
And it has the piercing effect, but it won't. Looks like it's not working.
it also, yeah, it wouldn't work because you need to have the deltas.
The
You also-
deltas, yeah.
You also have to get past its shields, which are still up. So this one hasn't taken any hits yet. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think, yes, 6 damage.
Yep.
Yeah, and I would have attacked their engines as well.
Their shields ripple, and they respond in kind with a photons.
Now it's actually their turn. Yeah, the rest of their turn.
So it's a difficulty 3 to hit you with this. You do.
Oh.
So that is that's 4 damage.
Okay, so we're down to 3 out of 12 shields.
Shields at 25%, Captain.
And then they're
Hey, math.
They're also going to try to re-energize try to pull some more power out of their systems. Where is the engineering stuff?
Yep. So it's power management is the role, and it's not assisted by their ship, and it's a control engineering, I believe, is what I said.
Yeah, that's what you said earlier. I remember.
Power management.
It's what I have selected on my sheet right now. So
Yeah, so daring or control plus engineering tasks.
right, you can do daring, and then it's difficulty 2, or if you're doing it from within main engineering,
It
difficulty
can also
1.
succeed at cost. So
Yes.
if you want to take a complication. All right. So they're going to difficulty 2. So let's do that. No assist from the ship, right? There's no assist from
No
the ship.
assist from
Yeah.
the ship whatsoever.
Right. So they failed that one, but it doesn't use power. So
Yeah, because the whole point is to get power
gain
back.
Yeah. So
And I think that's why it doesn't get an assist from the ship, is because
Yeah. You're trying
if it
to.
yeah,
Yeah. You're
if it
pulling stuff
would,
from the
then
ship.
it would use power. So,
So
it
now
would be
it
kind
is-
of defeat the purpose.
It is your turn again. You have 3 actions.
All right. I am going to try and get the shields back up. It's a difficulties 0 task for me because I'm in main engineering and our shields aren't at 0. So all of this is just a roll to get more momentum.
Yes.
And it is a control engineering and structure engineering from the ship.
All right, I got you on structure engineering.
Okay. Control engineering, go.
Ooh. Complication. So, it will increase. So you were able to get the shields back up, but the next time you have to regenerate shields, it will increase the difficulty.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So normally it's 0, but it'll be a difficulty 1.
So how much
Yep.
have we increased shields? At this
So I'm
point?
spending. This would be 3 momentum. 1 point of that is going into getting a point of power back.
Okay.
And 2 are for
And the
shields.
other 2 are going to go into the shields, so the shields will increase by 6. Shields at 75%.
Okay, so 6 on top of what it already has is what you're saying?
Yes.
Yes, because it increases by
so-
2 normally, plus 2 additional for each momentum spent.
Okay, and then we got a power back too, so we're back at 8 power. Cool. Good. Thank you.
Okay, so do we have more turns left?
You have
Yes,
2
2.
more.
That was 1.
Okay, so the enemy ships, their shields are now back on, correct?
Well, no, yeah, their shields are back on.
Both enemy
both of them.
ships' shields are now back on, so we can no longer default to Terzi's plan, which would have been amazing if it worked. I had to say, would have been. Well, in that case, number 1. The moment they get in range, you know what to do.
Well, one of them's already in range, so I'll take that one out.
Okay.
Do you want me to do 2 attacks?
I would like you.
May I take a shot, Captain?
By all means. Well, ask the lady at the
course.
terminal. There you go.
Of course. Join me.
In glorious combat.
All right, I'm gonna roll my,
You both
Attack.
hover over the fire button together.
and then I'm gonna set the ship up.
No, we're
for one-
separate shots. I'm
Yeah.
firing my own
Oh,
shot.
so
They're
it's-
using-
So that's a total of 4.
They're using the rest of
success.
the actions for the shots. That hits. Yeah, plus 2 momentum.
Momentum.
Hey, there we go.
How much
Oh, momentum.
momentum do we have now?
Yeah.
2.
I'm guessing 4.
2.
Oh,
Two.
2
Because all of the other ones have been
And then-
used for other tasks.
I'm using
Okay.
I'm using precision targeting again. So once again, it's going for their engines with the piercing 1 effect if we get deltas, and we got some deltas, and we got a good attack. So
Yeah, so 2 piercing. So it does. So we'll say that it definitely drops the shields, and then it ignores 2. So that means that 1. So it does 3. So it doesn't do enough for a breach, but it does definitely it impacts the ship. But the shields are down, so it does 1 breach, and you're going after the engines as well.
My
yeah,
shot?
that's what
Well-
whatever he does, it's his thing.
So
Their
you
shields
do
are
1
down.
breach.
Does that
Shields are
affect you?
down.
What you're gonna do now, drones?
No, I'm.
Okay.
I'm already
of-
committed
Difficulty.
to what I requested permission.
Drones doesn't have precision targeting, right? So whatever
No, he
hits,
he can't
this
he
will
can't
be a random
specific.
breach.
Yeah,
It's just going to be whatever it hits. It hits.
Yeah.
If it hits.
yeah, that's a DM decision.
There it is.
That hits.
Oh, and I'll roll ship
Yeah, roll
assist for
ship.
you. Just,
Yeah, please.
yes.
And then if you want to
Alright,
roll
so
ship
that's-
damage, because
Yeah, I'll do it. Photons.
Yeah, photons.
yeah,
So, because it's
High
alright, so it
yield.
hits. You
High
get 2
yield.
more. It's high yield. It'll do 2 breaches. Yeah, 2. That would also have done a breach. So that's actually has 2 engines. So its engines are damaged. And let's look at the breach. The breach roller. So it's 1d20.
You want me to roll it for you?
Yeah, roll
I want
d20.
to roll it.
Okay.
Let me roll it.
Yeah, you should roll it.
What is it?
You're
Just
green.
slash roll 1d20?
Yeah.
Yeah, slash
1d20.
roll space 1d20.
9. So 9
Nine.
is sensors. You do two damages to 2 breaches to its sensors. And I will read that breach rules here. Damage, sensors, damaged. This increases difficulties of all tasks involving the assist by the ship's sensors by +2 until repaired. Further, any attack the ship makes increases difficulty by +1 until this damage has been repaired. The difficulty to repair this is +3. Wait, it says that it's +3. Why was it +5 for difficulty? Oh, because it's an additional. Or no, it's 3. Unless there was an additional damage you guys have done, you needed to get done. Because damage for like.
So the difficulty to repair is different per system.
Yeah. So like damage engines is still difficulty is 3, not 5.
Right. I must have been reading disabled.
Probably disabled. Yeah. Yeah, you were reading disabled. So they would have. Yeah, they would have definitely succeeded on both of those. So the other one hasn't gone yet. So I'll just say this. So its engines, it doesn't repair the engines, but it does +2 to repair it. Further, the ship loses 1 power at the end of its. Oh, so it does repair 2 breaches. You were reading the disabled. It's still up. Okay, so that's a little clarification there. Where are you? So it's down to 1 breach, so it's no longer damage, it's now impact. So the ship loses 2 power immediately. Damn. So it's out of power. I think it's out of power.
Now, of note, this removes the penalty from the breaches. It doesn't remove the breaches. That's under damage control. Yeah. This does not remove any breaches the ship has suffered, only the penalties imposed by damage. So that system still has that number of breaches. It's just not at the penalty. If they got
Gotcha.
if they succeeded at the repair, the system, like the function of the system, is restored. Period.
Yeah. So it's not bleeding power.
So it doesn't get the power bleed, but it still has 3 breaches.
Okay.
So if we get another breach, it's disabled.
All right. So those are your actions. It's now the I always keep wanting to call it a D7 because it's basically a modified D7. But the Katinga turn. It's going to try to restore power because it is out of power, so its shields are down.
So that is a daring or control engineering with a difficulty of 2 that can succeed at cost. If they succeed, it gets 1 power plus 1 additional point of power per momentum spent.
Okay.
Complications should represent power being removed from particular systems, increasing the difficulty of future tasks, or removing options until systems are repowered.
Gotcha. So it's going to succeed at cost. Its cloaking device is disabled though, so it manages to get a power back, and it's going to do it again because it's got 3 actions. It fails, but it's going to succeed at cost. It no longer can use its disruptor cannons. It needs to get back up. And the last task is going to be a shield, which is difficulty 1 with the ship's structure.
If its shields are down, that's a difficulty 2.
Okay, but it's assisted by the...
unless they're doing it for main engineering, then it's still difficulty 1.
Yeah.
And it's control engineering assisted by structure engineering.
Yeah. So a structure engineering. So it still functions. So they got 3. So they're able to bring the shields back up to 2. So they're not. Yeah.
Yeah. they're not doing so hot, but they've got shields.
Yes. And it costs how many power? 1 power to do that?
No power to regenerate shields. Actually.
Okay. Cool. So they're there. Now it's your turn again.
Sorry, never mind. Power requirement of 1. I missed that line before.
Okay, so 1. They are not doing so good. The other one is messed up too. So, but your turn again.
It's almost like a Federation starship built on the eve of the Dominion War is built for combat.
It's also a little bit better than literally 40-year-old outdated Klingon technology.
Yep. Well, and when we got our last set of milestones, I used my Spotlight milestone, I think, to actually reconfigure the ship to give it better weapons at cost of something else.
Yeah.
So
it's easier to hit. Yeah. All right. You have 3 actions there, crew. What do you do, Captain?
Okay. I would say we should fire back, obviously, and try and destroy at least one of them or incapacitate them. I understand that Ba'aj has some reservations as to killing members of her own house. I would also like to expedite this whole 23andMe thing so we can find out if there are any blood relatives to Ba'aj on any of those ships. Would that take a turn?
Or you're looking at the enemy's ships.
Yes.
Oh. Yes, that would take I thought you were looking at your own crew, like the people.
No. I was specifically doing that for the ships.
Science. Give me a science.
Would Inarin or Doc do that?
It would be Inarin.
Okay.
Difficulty 2.
And I'm sure by now Sakir knows that Terzi would have no reservations about firing.
I understand that Terzi does in fact want to fire. So we will take out the largest threat, but I do want to see if our supercomputer can sequence their DNA through scanning their transionic nucleotidal emissions. So we can.
Which one did you say again?
It would be control science.
Control science. Okay. And do we have any momentum left?
I think we have 2, if I'm remembering our count correct.
Spend 1. Okay.
Yeah.
It's difficulty 2. So.
Yay!
Hey, you got it.
I think I did.
Yeah. So you are. There is no signs of blood relatives on those ships.
Okay. Number 1, it appears that the Klingons here are House Koloth by name alone.
I think the surface of the planet, we will get to the bottom of this.
Mr. Terzi, fire at will.
Which one's Will?
They're both called Will. It's a very
Shut up, Wesley! No.
Oh! Can I get a ship assist too?
You can get a ship assist, yes.
Yeah, I'm setting that up.
Whoever's got that handy.
I got it.
There we go. Complication. It will do 1 less breach if you hit.
Okay. And what
Glancing blow.
What weapon damage
You want to roll for the torps?
It's
I'll roll the torps.
Because you guys are so far away.
Oof, man.
It does 1 breach, basically. Roll me the random analyzer.
Yeah,
Is it a D20?
D20.
Yeah, you can just hit the up button and it'll show, like, on your thing, on your keypad, and it'll let you re-roll the last thing.
I quite enjoy typing it.
Okay.
No typing.
Computers. So you do 1 breach to the computers.
A keyboard. How quaint.
Yeah.
Unless the captain had other plans for the last action, I will fire as well.
My plans are to swiftly bring this combat to an end.
Then fire. Okay. Alright, Here I go. I'm not going to spend a momentum. I don't need it.
You hit? roll me for the ship as well, because that's at least 1 momentum.
We got to see if it gets comp. Yeah.
I think we're at 3 power.
Yeah. No, these don't use power. That's the torpedoes don't use power.
Oh, right.
But they're
They give you threat.
Yeah, they give me threat.
Oh, and I precision targeting again, so I'm just by default using that. So piercing 1 3. Is in those deltas.
Yeah, so you ignore 3, so you do 2 damage plus it's high yield. And what are you targeting?
Just again the engines. I've been going at those for a while.
Their engines are destroyed.
Oh well, then shit. Their weapon systems.
This attack, they're destroyed.
This attack destroys their engines.
Okay, yeah, then sweet.
Now it's the
Good job, Bosch.
It's the guys who you just attacked who have no engines. They're going to just fire everything they have at you because
makes sense.
Yeah, the Klingons. 2, 1 hit. So that hits you.
Point of order. How many? Did we do extra breach? How many breaches did we do?
You did 2. Because you already
Which
hit
brought it up to 5, right?
No, 4. Because it was already at engines 2. This one had only had 2 damage.
Okay, I'm just making sure we didn't somehow get to 6 because that's the point where because there were effects rolled. That's when their warp core experiences a breach.
Yes, especially when you're going after engines. So they hit you guys for 1, 2, so that's 4, 5. So you get 1 breach, or not 1 breach. 5 damage. 7 damage.
We are at 1 shield.
Yeah.
Okay.
Captain, shields at minimum.
1/12 of the shields are on.
And they're firing again because they only have
6.75%.
Ah, shit.
They hit. And 2 breaches because they hit with your shields down. No, because it has to go through your resistance.
Yeah, also our shields were at 1, so they knocked our shields out.
Out, yes.
And then it has to go through our resistance.
We have 4 resistance.
If the ship had 0 shield before the attack, okay. If you produce 0 shields by the attack or a hazard, then it suffers a breach. So that is true. So it's still, even though it knocked your shields down, so if the ship is reduced to 0 shields by that attack or a hazard, it suffers a breach. So you suffer 1 breach. So I will roll.
Do us a roll.
Do a barrel roll.
So that is 1 breach to sensors.
Okay.
Rocks
Oh, no.
pop out of the compartments, explode
Out of my console specifically.
Yes, and like a spark explodes in your face as you just kind of fall backwards and kind of cover your holes. And you're like, oh Jesus, yeah. And the ship rocks as the sensors receive a breach. And now the last 2 they're going to try to repair because they're destroyed. It's really hard, but they're going to try anyways.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Let me just double check. I think destroyed is where it can't. Yeah. If the total number of breaches, then the system has been destroyed and cannot be repaired.
Okay. If that's the case, they're gonna pile on the attack then.
If they have precision targeting.
Security.
And if they have power.
No, because photons don't require power.
Yeah.
Okay.
So fire, they hit. But
yeah, they get a complication.
One less breach if they do some damage. So that is shields are down, so you automatically receive a breach. But we'll just cancel that out because of this. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 2 breaches. 2 breaches total because high yield. Because high yield does a breach, and then you have 1 breach because it hits you, and then if it goes over your resistance, it's also another breach. So that's another 2 more breaches. Work. 1d20. So it's another breach to your sensors. So 2 breaches to the sensors, which means that they are
halfway there.
They're damaged.
And a breach to structure.
So let me tell you guys what happens with a breach to structure. So impact. Whenever the sensor systems suffer 1 or more breaches, it disrupts these functions temporarily until the sensor operations officer performs a restore minor action. No task can be attempted with it. Further, everything is by 1. It's also damaged, so all difficulties is by 2. Difficulty repair it is difficulty repair is 3. And 1 to structure. Whenever structure system suffers 1 or more breach, the entire ship shudders. The power conduits rupture. Consoles explode, and personnel are hurled around. Roll 1 if the effect is rolled, then the random character on the ship, player character and player has been injured. Ooh. Okay, this is like fun.
Just don't kill us, Paul, please.
Then again, TPK at the final episode.
Poetic.
There it goes. 0.
So it's not. You're good. No one gets death. But it's like these 2 poof, like these photons are coming in. They impact. Explosion on the sensor console. The whole ship rocks as an EPS manifold like blows out behind you guys. The lights kind of flicker. Now it is your turn.
Damage report.
Want to do a damage report? And that's
seems like the right time for it.
It's gonna reduce the difficulty.
That is Terzi. Terzi's up.
What do I do for that? For the roll?
So damage report is communications plus engineering with a difficulty of 1.
And the ship
Communication,
assists.
you mean
with the same.
control?
Oh, I'm sorry.
He's talking about this. That's a
Insight
ship
command.
roll.
It's insight
Oh,
command.
insight command for you, and
Insight
then comm
command.
engineering for the ship.
Communications officer pulls a called out. Yeah. So you good. So you succeed, and then there's a comm engineering assist. So you get at least 1 momentum from this.
Well, it'll be 2 momentum from this because it's the difficulty for this is 1.
Yes. So you get 1 momentum. Oh, but the ship
What's
already did it. So yeah, 2 momentum. I didn't realize the ship already did its
And we're at
assist.
what?
Yeah, no. I just rolled that.
You're
There we
at,
go.
I think 3 now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this reduces the difficulty of 1, so it's a difficulty of 2 to repair the sensors.
All right. And then if there are no objections, I think damage control and regenerate shields should be the other actions.
It's in your hands, Chief.
All right. I'm going to try to regenerate shields first. With the fact now this is going to be a difficulty 2 thing because of our previous complication, and the fact that our shields are down completely. Even though I'm in main engineering, it's difficulty 2. So structure engineering for the
Thank
ship.
you.
I'm going to spend 1 point of momentum on the roll.
You did it with a complication.
Okay.
So
Yeah, they're
so this is for the shields, right?
Yeah.
right. So
So-
we get the 1 point back, which is good. The momentum I spent, I mean.
Yes. It also is going to be an additional difficulty to regen the shields. So even if you're in engineering, it's now going to take 2 point. Difficulty 2 is base, even if the shields are up.
Okay.
Because you're pulling so much power and everything. Like the shields have just been hammered by these photons.
All right. So I'm going to spend 1 point of momentum to negate the power cost of what we just did.
Okay.
Essentially using a little more power. And I'm going to spend the other 2 points on the shields. So we're at shield 6.
Okay.
Shields
Well-
at 50%, Captain.
But 0 momentum again.
0 momentum,
Yeah, but
and you still have damage
0
control.
momentum. Right.
Well, we needed that momentum for that. Let's be honest.
Yeah. So presence engineering, I'm going to dispatch Jensen and a team to sensor repair, which would be difficulty 3, but now it's difficulty 2 because of the damage report. And this is going to be not assisted by the ship. Okay.
It's
Yeah, it's just presence engineering straight roll difficulty 2. And I don't believe that Jensen has anything that would apply a focus here.
not sensor repair. No.
Okay.
What's the ship's assist?
No ship
Let me
assist.
get-
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right.
You get Jensen open. Presence engineering. And go.
BRB. Gentlemen.
Nope. Not repaired. You get one more task. No, you already did. You
No,
did
that was
before.
3.
That's 3. All right. So the other one, that one has been severely damaged so far. It's its turn now. The Vitka or something.
Quick note about the one that unloaded on us, Paul. It lost 3 power at the end of the round.
Yeah, it's dead in space.
That
Which
at
means
least.
if its power is out, I believe its shields are out too. But
Yeah, if it's at power 0, then it can't do anything, basically.
now it's going to fire its torpedoes. It's full spread maximum yield.
Now, Paul, I have to ask, does it work in reverse? Like when we fire torpedoes, you get threat, but when they fire torpedoes,
Do you guys
we
get
gain
momentum? No.
Damn. Had to ask, man.
It's a good question. I mean, so why not?
We'd be loaded with momentum
because this
right
whole
now.
thing is designed to make it harder for you guys to.
No, I get it.
Yeah. I'm trying to find
Had to
the
ask,
full
though.
spread action. I know it's like an action that you can take aboard the ship for weapons.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What happened to the loyalists that helped us out in the last mission? The ones loyal to Buster.
They're still at the station. They're orbiting the station.
At
So they're
Kraken
waiting.
Station.
They're waiting for you guys to bring down the defenses that are like the things that are causing these eddies before they can bring in more reinforcements.
Right.
So it can become safer.
Okay.
So yeah, full spread, which adds 2 more threat, which gives 1+ to the attack's damage. Okay, so your shields are up though, but it gets an additional attack. Weapons security. 2. I'm going to spend some threat on this one. For attacking you. Hits. Big time. Also going to attempt the power restore. All right, so that is 5. So your shields get
We
hit
don't-
for 5.
Yeah, we don't lose our shields.
Yeah,
Oh,
you have
nice.
one shield left. One shield left. And they're gonna try to do their power restore.
Be still my heart.
Be
No,
still
they don't
those
do it.
shields.
They don't do it, so they're out of power. All right. So now it's your turn.
You still want this ended, Captain?
As soon as possible. We have one ship that's dead to rights, but the other is still firing upon us. Let's defang that dog first before taking on the one that can't do anything.
Hi, Captain. Firing.
Assisted by the ship.
Yeah, give me one
Yeah,
second.
please.
Setting it up. Give it a second. I hit it. There it goes.
Nope.
Phew, missed.
Can I re-roll one since the captain said defang?
This is per scene, and he is done. No,
Oh.
you can't.
I have
Okay.
assistant and I have commander. It's up
Did
to
you use
you
it
because the
twice?
rule set doesn't. Sorry.
Didn't you do it twice this scene though?
I did, but I don't know if we specified whether or not assistant actually can be used more than once because it doesn't say on the rules whether it can or not.
I'll say you can use it more than once
Okay.
because it's like a trait you had to take, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah,
And obviously,
There you
this
go.
is a heightened situation.
yeah. All right.
All right.
So give me some
you do
damage.
torpedo damage. Yeah, I'll do it for you.
So its shields are down. So that's 2 breaches. That's 3 breaches actually. Roll me some 3 breaches. Because high yield gets an additional breach. It hits it with shields are down. So
You
it's
can tell it to
breached.
roll 3d20.
The reaches, if you will.
And then
So
you also
2, 1, and 5.
you also did 5. So
2,
2,
1,
1,
and
and
5.
5. So that's actually I think it's 2 breaches.
Those are all going to be the same system, I think.
possibly.
No, sorry. Computers, communications, and engines. That's actually 3 separate breaches. Because 1 and 2 are communications and computers, and then it's 3 to 6 for engines.
So engines, when its engines are disabled, they're destroyed. You destroyed their engines with those with that hit. You hit the engines, you destroyed the engines, hit one breach in computers and 1 in communications.
You like me to continue the pressure, Captain?
I am the security officer aboard. If anybody is going to destroy a House of Koloth ship, it will be I. I will attack now.
I think those. Do you really believe those imposters are House of Koloth?
No, and that is why they shall be destroyed. It is still a ship of mine.
By all means.
Jumo says something about like we're running low on photons there, Commander.
Shut up, Jumo.
Yes.
All right, and then she is doing
And
daring
it was
security.
with that comment that Jumo loses all self-confidence and rolls nothing but zeros from now on.
Hit plus two momentum.
Nice.
You look at Jumo and he transforms from what used to be what is it, Vin Diesel? You blink and now he's Michael Cera.
I will be precision targeting their goddamn bridge.
No, he's CG Paul Walker from Fast 5. He's just not quite right.
And so that gets the piercing.
That gets piercing 2, but it does nothing. It actually it impacts off the thing because its scale is still.
Yeah, I figured.
It still takes a breach because its shields are down. So, but it didn't go through this. So the way the
roll
word.
breach.
You know what? I don't think that's the case. I don't think it's the case. Because it has to go through the scale to get a breach. So once you get through the scale, the resistance, get through the resistance and the shields, then you get a breach. Even if it's not 5 to get the breach. Usually it's like 5 to get an injury or something like that. But if you get 5, you get an additional breach. So there's no breach. It bounces. It ricochets off the hull. Explodes,
okay, so no.
does, like nothing.
Okay.
You fired a dud.
Yeah. So you still have 1 action. You fired twice. You still have 1 more action.
And both of these ships are like dead in the water, right?
Yeah, they have no power. They seem to be dead right now. They have no engines either, so
I will keep the heat on.
Okay.
So like
Unless
just a
the captain
question.
has something.
Just a quick question. So like in a situation like this where our enemies now are essentially down but not out.
Yeah.
The Federation are, like very gentlemanly / we have all these rules and regulations. If they're currently helpless, I suppose, are we allowed to finish them off? I mean, they haven't surrendered.
Without a full spoiler, let me quote something from an episode of Picard.
Okay.
There's a difference between destroying an attacking enemy and watching a disabled one die.
Right.
Yeah.
Execute.
You do know that if they're Klingons, they're not going to stop. If they can get their ship back up and running, they'll fight. The Klingons dream of dying in battle.
And they won't even if we try to negotiate, they're not going to listen because we already tried to talk to them and they were like, screw off. So
right. Well,
they're
in
very
that case,
determined.
Let's press the attack and
well, I already rolled everything. I succeeded on attack. There you go. Piercing 1 again.
Piercing 1, so it ignores 1 plus 3. You do breaches, 2 breaches.
I'll roll 2 d20s.
Captain, we have a limited supply of torps. Maybe we should move into phaser range.
2 and 12.
That is a good idea. Jumo, on our next possible action, head towards them and let's finish them off.
Sure. Roll me one effect die, and we'll.
What is that? 1d what?
1d6. The effect die. The
challenge die.
Challenge die. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll roll 1.
Hey,
Delta.
you killed 1. You injured 1. Explosion. All right. So, structure, and the other one too, which is computers. Its computers are damaged now. All right. Next one up is the. I'm just gonna kind of make this simple because they're.
Yeah, without engines, I don't know how much they can do.
Yeah, they're destroyed. You know what? I'm going to say that this combat is effectively over. Their engines are destroyed. They have no power. They're just orbiting. You could just try to destroy them because they're helpless, and I'll let you guys destroy them.
Would you say that they're in a decaying orbit?
They're definitely in a decaying orbit.
You have no power here.
Yeah.
Mr. Tosi, perhaps it would be
push retrograde and solve this stuff.
Perhaps capturing a few of them and their command crew will help us get to the bottom of who the hell they are.
I agree.
Beam over.
Beam them to the brig.
I suggest we get a little closer and beam them over rather than trying the high difficulty beams.
Fair enough.
Beam
No.
the bridge to the brig.
Here's
Not ours,
what's
theirs.
going to happen. You get closer to get a little bit better target lock on them, and as you do, you recognize a power spike in both of the ships, and both of the ships explode. From
Kamikaze.
seemingly- they self-destructed. Give me, everyone. Give me. It'll do two shield damage. So one of your shields is gone, and the other one is going to be absorbed by the structure. But like you can see it exploding, and both of the ships will. Everyone, give me a fitness or control security check. No, yeah. Everyone, give me that difficulty 1.
Fitness
Okay,
security.
control security difficulty 1.
Hey, my fitness paid off.
Task roll 2, but you know,
Task roll to difficulty 1.
yeah. Task roll.
Yeah.
Do one more, Meyer.
Might roll another.
Yeah,
Roll
well,
another.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's task roll 2, difficulty 1.
You always
Okay.
default for 2.
So
As a
Meyer,
Vulcan, I may be 5 times stronger. However, my cardio is very, very bad.
so you're the only one, like when this happens, everyone else is able to to like brace, and you don't brace. You kind of stumble and you kind of
He's
bop your
just
head up
sitting
against
there
the-
like this.
yeah, he's
And
you-
frog.
yeah, like it goes, you kind of catches you off guard, you kind of smack your head against the one of the bulkheads, so you lose, you take 2 stress.
Okay. But I look utterly composed as it happens. I'm
Yes.
here.
Oof.
I shift and I smash into the bulkhead, but I'm like, doosh.
Yeah, and the blood, like a little green blood starts trickling down your forehead as you do it. And you're just like,
Ow.
Out my nose and ears, like.
yeah.
Ow. That hurts
No.
slightly.
All right. So for the sake of time, we're gonna move on to
The ground assault.
the ground
Rock
assault.
was here.
So, you're able to survive that, and a cool radio, like, messages up. It's like, "Is everything okay, Captain?"
We are well. What about down in the in the quarters? Is everyone okay?
There's been no movement on the enemy side. They may not. I do not believe they know we are here yet.
Very well. We shall continue with our plan and try and get this done as soon as possible. We aren't done with our with ferrying the Klingons back and forth, are we?
No, but we'll
continue.
There's almost no there's no other tasks. You're able to ferry the rest of the Klingons back down to their staging places. Now,
Okay.
Who?
And I'm going to be back on the Hurq.
Yeah. Baj, who do you want to take in your strike team to get into the pyramid?
I would like an engineering crew of some kind, because that's what we've used in the past to obviously deal with, because we were trying to depower
Yeah.
whatever's happening. So
Mm.
we need to
Yeah.
take a small force of engineering crew and a considerable force of security to protect them and get in. So
Yeah.
For dramatic,
I'm
for dramatic
I'm going
purposes,
down. Yeah.
Yeah. Can we
Yeah,
say
I-
that you're taking Anarin, Cole, and Terzi with you?
well, Terzi's in
Thursday's
Huzuk,
piloting the Husik
Husik.
with
I'm
with
on the
Leash.
Hurq.
So,
though had he not been on the Huzuk, I would have preferred him.
well, at this point, all of the shit that they've all been.
Once the escorting's
Oh.
done, I'm down there
Oh,
with you.
that's
So
right.
we
Okay,
can-
so yes, we're
we can
taking
go from the
Terzi.
same spot on.
Basically,
And you know I
taking,
have,
pretty much the rest of the
Jafar with
bridge
me.
crew except the captain, unless he wants to go.
I
And
will I will watch from here.
A little.
Well, and we need
All of a
in the
sudden.
past we've needed the ship support too, like to
Yeah.
beam. So we definitely need some decent engineering aboard ship, and we need the captain aboard ship. So and then of course some of the Klingons will be with us.
So we'll have a couple.
Do
of
we have
Klingons.
any of the intelligence Marines with us, or did we leave them all back on the station?
They're with you.
They're-
Smith stayed behind, but one of the two of the Starfleet and security. So we'll say you have 2 Starfleet intelligence with 2 Klingons. You have Jet Sitar, which we
Yeah.
can have Meyer play if he's down for that. Love his Jet Sitar.
I am ready.
We have
Well, Jet Sitar
Dodge.
was already on the Hurq, so she's
Yeah, but-
already there.
No, but that's done. Remember?
Yeah, but all
Yeah,
the
Yep, that's what it would have taken
We're
to finish
coming
up.
down on the Husik for this
Oh,
strike.
oh, yeah. Sorry, I forgot. Yeah.
you have Terzi, Vaxon, Dahl, or Cole, Dahl, Jace.
2 of me.
Yes, we're all good. We don't know what it is.
Oh,
and you
no.
have two Klingons, and two Starfleet intelligence officers.
Okay.
So, as Captain Akul prepares the attack, you find out when you arrive that the planet is a jungle. It's you can hear noises, but it seems mostly
It's a
overgrown.
jungle out there.
And
I'm gonna immediately on touchdown. I want to set up the pattern enhancers so we have a place we can teleport if we need to.
okay, yeah, it's you get as close as you can for them to function. There's a couple of base camps. Captain Akul says that he's going to wait until nightfall to attack, or till dusk to attack, because at dusk, in that twilight hours, it'll be easier for them to see and still kind of disorient the enemy. So you wait until dusk, and when the time comes, the shouts of 1,000 Klingons ring out as they charge out of the brush into towards the pyramids. You see other Klingons, grab their own weapons and melee weapons and come in and clash with your Klingons. It's chaotic, it's hectic, but as they do so, a small area window opens for you to be able to sneak by. I want to get everyone to give me a presence security check for this one.
That is the worst.
This
I
is
can
a new
do.
scene, by the way, right?
scene,
So
yes, new scene.
yes,
Yeah,
okay.
no
So
momentum.
0 momentum, and
Um,
our stuff is refreshed.
so presence security, would infiltration be a focus?
Yes, infiltration would be a focus for this one.
My small unit tactics should count as a focus for this,
Yes.
because we are a small unit.
Who wanted some momentum?
Oh, Meyer, you didn't have to.
I rolled as Jet Sitar.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, so what was the
Let-
difficulty?
Difficulty is 1.
Yeah.
Let
Okay.
me roll double zeros. There you go.
Can I assist him?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me
you
let
two
me
can
show you
assist
how to
them.
be sneaky,
Yeah.
doll.
Like I rolled double 2s, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna use an assist here.
Oh, jeez.
I just throw
You
him.
assist him by
into the walls.
ripping him. You just
Okay.
stick your foot out and he crashes down on
Cole,
on Ozzy, who even though he's a robot goes, "Yep."
That's my best possible skill. I do
Son
fine
of a
for
bitch.
myself, but I can't help you.
How much momentum do we have at this point, by the way? Because we did gain some.
We're gonna be at 2, 3, 4 momentum.
Thank you.
Yeah.
okay. So you and Cole, you haven't done it yet, have you?
I did. I
did?
succeeded.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you succeeded. Okay. So the complication and the failure does this. You're able to see an opening. You kind of sneak out of the brush with some weapons in hand. And as you sneak through, a couple of the Klingons see you, pull off from the main assault, and come charging towards you. which leaves the 2 Starfleet intelligence and the 2 secure Klingons. They kind of engage them, and they like kind of gesture for you to go on, and they'll kind of take care of these guys.
Right, they're covering the tail. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we lose our support crew. That's our complication.
That's your complication. But
Sorry.
as you enter the pyramid, you see smooth black stone. As you enter, it seems mostly abandoned, and you see almost there's no presence of anything around you as you're moving in.
This place is made of dragon glass. We can use it to fight. We can use it to fight
the White Walkers.
The White Walkers. I'm betting that neutronium would do some damage to a White Walker.
Oh, I bet too.
You feel a little disoriented because of the effects of this thing as you're going through. It feels like you're walking through a maze. Up seems like down seems like up. You're a little dizzy. But eventually...
Oh god, this is the Feywild in my other campaign. Crap.
Yeah. So you arrive at this large central area where you see the bottom of the obelisk that's crackling with power, and next to it you see a door frame that seems to be flickering into various different locations. You can see Kronos, you see Vulcan, you see Earth, you see Bajor, you see hundreds of different things that just kind of flick, and bathed in the light of this opening, you see a Klingon standing next to a creature you don't recognize. It looks vaguely robotic, and you see another creature next to the Klingon, and it's something you have recognized, kind of, but it's very odd. It looks like a giant tribble. A tribble.
That's no Klingon. They wouldn't associate with a giant tribble.
Wait, is it like freaking out because it's next to a Klingon and another one just walked in?
No.
Okay, then it's not a tribble.
It looks like a giant tribble, like a big poof, but it's like the size of a dog.
Tark. Okay.
And as you enter, you're spotted as you come in, and turning, you see the Klingon kind of looks at you and holding a bat lift and goes, "So you are the ones who call yourself? You're the one who calls yourself daughter of Koloth."
I'm Ba'aj. She pulls her bat lift off her back. She's like,
"I am Mokvar, son of Koloth, and you bring dishonor to my family."
"Why would I be a dishonor?"
"Because you lie and say you are my sister."
"You lie and say you are my brother."
No,
matter.
you.
You serve false masters. Me and my allies, we will take over the galaxy and bring back the Klingon Empire to its rightful place.
"I serve the Klingon Empire, and I follow the light of Kahless. Weaponize yourself, and we will deal with this."
I pull up my phaser and go, "Ready with the light show, Commander."
"The phaser won't work here, jackass."
All right, so with this, he charges at you with a bat lift and makes an attack at you. Now I'll turn the music back on. So.
Arj, did you hear what I said?
No. Family reunions?
I said, yeah, you hear, I hate family reunions.
Jetsa says, "I have seen this in Jerry Springer."
God damn it, Meyer.
All right. Controls. You attack. He hits you unless you have a chance to block it.
Yeah, it's just an opposed,
opposed control security.
I'm gonna do daring security because I always use that.
That's fine.
So
I allow that. So
while this is going on, Paul, does anybody else appear hostile here, or is it just the two of them planning to fight?
Well, like if those two fight, and then we'll kind of go over this. So he blocks it, and as he does, you all hear a shriek but inside your mind. It sounds very familiar to those voices you heard
From the artifacts.
the artifacts.
Oh yeah, because that
Everybody
affects
does?
no, because that affected the telepaths last time.
Yeah.
But now it hits everyone.
Fight through it.
If only
I haven't
Secure was
attacked
down
yet.
there.
Yeah.
I blocked his attack, so it's my turn to attack, right?
Well, no, because this happens like simultaneously as he attacks. So this is control security. You have to give me a presence command to counter this.
Okay.
Otherwise, you will take damage.
Screw you, Paul.
He doesn't do anything. He misses anyways. So you hear a shriek, and it kind of like distracts you. You're like, what the hell did that come from? But you know that he didn't hear it from your ears. You heard it from your mind. And lastly, the other creature, you kind of like regular robotic, kind of sits back and watches. Now it's your turn there, Baj.
Okay. Beat it 2.
Right. Nope. Complication, 2.
Critical failure.
Okay. So give me an attack, and the complication will be you an additional damage to your.
Okay, so it needs to be 4 on it now. And it's vicious and opportunity 1. Ooh. I got a lot of.
The opportunity, just the cost it would take to actually have one if you do you bring it in. So that is
vicious 1.
2, 4, 6, 8 stress. So he is definitely injured. You get him with a nasty backslash.
Can I spend a point of determination to do another attack before he gets another chance to basically
Yes.
keep initiative?
Yes.
Yeah. This is gonna be like one of her like,
Yeah.
and she's gonna attack again right away. She's showing that she is the meanest bitch in the galaxy.
Got it.
Beat a 1.
You hit.
Well,
It-
She's a
It's just-
ass bitch.
It's melee, so it requires just a 1. But
I know, but he has to beat it for a
Yeah, he beat it.
dodge.
he hit him.
Just to be
you
clear,
go
I'm
for it.
standing there, batleth in hand, not getting involved.
Okay. So as you hit him, you're like, you see an opening, you try to swing for it, and he deflects it as he does. Now it is.
Could be figuring out how to deactivate
While this is
the
all
thing.
happening, I'd like to order Ozzy to try to go sneak all the way around the interior of the chamber and try to sneak up on the fur-headed creature and try to, because it's
Daring secure.
Oh god.
He wants to sneak up behind it.
He's attacking the giant tribble.
sneaking up on the
Who
giant
is?
triple. Yeah.
What
Ozzy,
color
his
is
dog.
the giant tribble?
Wait,
It's,
hold on.
It's
Dog,
like,
you're
it's like a
gonna
beige
try and
orange. Here, let me
Like
Okay,
a blonde.
let me get a
yeah.
good. Go ahead and roll, but let me give you a good.
Ozzy,
Oh,
not
you're
me.
gonna
Like
try-
tabby cat color.
Oh,
In my mind, I was seeing.
And because this is a cybernetic dog, I'm gonna use my cybernetics focus, even though Paul's not around to tell me no.
use the
You got-
cybernetic.
This is you. This is the size of the tribble.
Oh, okay.
You said it was
In
big
some
though.
coverage.
It's dog-sized.
Yeah, compared to you, which is Jeb.
Hey,
You have a tribble. You just have a tribble.
Valentina.
Looks like the Klingon version. I mean, not the Klingon. The everybody has one.
I don't.
So
One was
The-
this one was hand knitted by one of my viewers. So
Yeah,
Aw.
yours looks like a Kerbal version.
This was sent to me by the
from,
the
from Star
developers.
Citizen.
you managed to get to sneak up on it, but the complication is that, or you managed to get there, but without you're noticed, but he's able to get there without any kind of complication, any other issues. He's not secret, not stealthy.
okay, damn it.
Okay, now
He's
it
like,
is.
His turn to attack.
It's well, yeah. Let's do his turn attack. Let's go.
Yeah, because I spent a determination to keep the initiative.
All right.
He is going to attack.
And
He's got some
Jitsa R
cook, too.
wouldn't do anything. She'd just kind of stay back if she knew that her commander was in a kind of blood duel thing.
Ooh. Do we have any momentum?
You do. You have 2.
yeah, we have 3.
I'm gonna spend
Mine
a
says
momentum.
4, but okay.
4. Okay, 4.
Yeah, mine says 4 too. Yeah.
I believe people who have a higher number
Right.
than me.
Yes, tracking is fine.
It's a 3 now.
I
It's
trust
just-
number 4.
Yeah. And then I'm using a momentum for the attack. Ha!
You managed to block it. So another attack and a
I'm
block.
having deja vu right now.
Does anyone else want to go? Doll's already gone.
Not me.
Yeah, y'all could do
Everyone's
other
just kinda
stuff other
ready.
than attack, because
Yeah,
obviously I
I'm-
want to deal with this myself.
I'm looking for any like control consoles or anything.
Okay, give me a insight engineering with focus, as you've seen this before.
Go.
You find one that seems very familiar to you, and it's lit up. It's the only one that's that's most lit up, and it's right by this doorway that seems to have flashing images through it.
The
All right.
Iconian Gateway. I recognize it from the Enterprise reports.
I am gonna make my way to that console eventually, but
Yeah,
He's just gonna kind
you're just gonna head
of
right there.
shuffle off to it.
If you give any kind of signal to Terzi, he will escort you over.
yeah, I like
You would know
catch
this.
Terzi's. I catch Terzi's eye and like, hey, and I point at the console and start moving towards it.
Okay, so
And
you
I
start moving
start
towards it.
sidestepping with him.
And as you do, the other guy is going to show up, and he's going to attack you. Try to attack you, Terzi, as you're trying.
Good.
That's the whole point of Terzi doing that.
Indeed.
Yay, security escorts. Well, security. Yay, con escorts.
Yeah. Control security. He goes after you, Terzi. Give me a block for that. It's an armed strike, but
Daring security.
that works too.
Okay.
Yes, there is security test roll 2.
Yes. Test roll 2.
Ooh,
Ah, you didn't block
get
it.
hit.
So this seems like it hurts more than you're used to. Like you try to block it, you don't, but it hits really hard.
Is it the robotic dude?
Yeah, the robotic guy. So that's 2, 4, 5. You are injured with that hit, so you'll have to spend momentum
Ow.
to stay up.
Absolutely.
Take a minor injury. So you have a -1 to your rolls, essentially. From
Damn.
now on. Let me double check the injuries. But he comes in, you try to block it, and he just bam, like knocks you, like really hard. And it seems like his
2, 4,
arm
6,
extends
8.
a little bit, like a little bit more than you thought it would. That's where you try to block it, and then it suddenly just gets bigger and hits you. As
Oh
if,
shit, it's a Rock'em Sock'em robot.
yeah. Doesn't seem like there's anything
That
that's
was
obviously
8
extended. It just
stress?
gets bigger.
Ironically, I once
no,
used
that's
Rock'em Sock'em Robots
6
as,
stress.
as
So
an
you take an
icon
injury.
in a campaign for this.
6 stress and spending a determination to stay up, right?
Yeah.
Oh
You are
shit! I already
taking a
spent my
minor.
determination because I get hit hard. Fudge!
Well, you can spend you can spend momentum to stay up. Spending determination, I think, is a kind of a trap.
Ah,
So I
momentum
could have
it is.
used the momentum earlier. Okay.
No, you
Well, I
used,
would've
you used your
done-
determination to press the attack. That was different.
Yeah.
You could have also used the momentum as well, but that also fits with Baj's character, that she would just...
Yeah. Yeah.
So, does that my turn then to swing back?
Yes, let me go through the damage real quickly so I can figure out... Alright, injuries and healing. A character may spend a point of determination to ignore the effects of an injury for the remainder of the scene. So you can use determination to do that.
Then yeah.
I want to say there's a momentum.
Yes,
Option.
avoiding injury. You can spend, it costs 2 momentum, immediate, to do so, to avoid an injury.
Then I'd rather use the momentum for sure.
Yeah. So use the 2 momentum to avoid the injury.
So we're down to 1 momentum. Okay.
You can only use it once per scene, so you just it seems to extend and you barely miss the attack. It hits you, but it doesn't do as much damage. So it still does
6 stress.
still 6 stress, yeah, but you don't take an injury.
How can I fight back?
Yes. Fight back.
Kill him.
Fighting back.
He gets his dodge chance.
Nope.
But doesn't
Ha!
get his
And he gets
soaking
complication.
And a complication.
Yes.
Ooh,
Okay,
nice.
I'll tell you what the complication is here. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. But okay, so you get into him with your batleth, and it seems like blood trickles out of him as you hit him, but the blood changes as you hit it. As it drops, it turns into a strange metallic goo.
He's a T-1000.
That's the kind of like kind of morphs into a puddle.
Most liquid morphs into a puddle when it falls.
But it
What
changes
color
from
is the
blood.
puddle?
It's like a golden color. It seems to be moving on its own. Okay. Now it is Bosch. You're up. All right. That's no, it's his turn because he hasn't attacked yet. So he'll go for an
Yeah, he did.
No, he blocked Bosch's twice.
Well, no, he. Oh, sorry. You said his. I thought you meant the robot.
No. Mokvar. Mokvar attacks.
Pronoun.
It misses. You can give me a block. It hits, but you can give me a block if you want to. It's a complicated.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me open that back up. Okay. So a block for Baj. A block for Baj.
A block for Bosch. Oh yeah, you blocked it.
And that's what? That's how many momentum does it give us?
3.
So we're back up to 4.
Yeah. So now it is your turn, Bosch. Nope. Do some damage.
2 more momentum. We're full.
Oh wait, he had
That's
a
more like it.
complication. Last time you gave me an extra.
Damage.
Well, that wasn't a complication on his block though. That was a
No, it wasn't.
complication on his attack.
Yeah, his attack it would have been if it succeeded and you took damage, it wouldn't have done any injuries. It would be like he hit you with the blunt side of the batleth.
Right.
2, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay.
And he already took some pretty good damage before, so I'm just saying.
How much damage did you take before?
Like 8.
Yep, he's out.
Is he dead or is he
You
out?
killed him.
So
he goes to attack
he-
you, block it, and describe to me. Tell me how you murder him. How you kill him.
as I hit, I kind of like it's kind of one of those like slow presses into his chest because I catch him like kind of a little off guard. And I just look him in the eye and I say, "Brother, I only wish that I had truly been able to know you."
And slowly pushing it in. Yeah. He just
It is with great regret that I take your life, but I honor it.
doesn't say anything, can't say anything, and he just falls over, slumps over on the batleth and dies.
And then, because I saw the life come out of his eyes, I just kind of stand there for a second, looking down at him, and then I look up and I do the.
All right, now you all hear another scream.
Yeep.
That is not mine.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything because it has to be 2. So, nope, you're good. It doesn't hit. Another scream in your head, but it doesn't seem to do anything. All right, Anarin, you're up.
Yes. I guess Ozzy will just pounce on the Mega Triple.
Do it. Roll me some controlled security for you.
Control security. God damn
Difficulty
it.
1. Task roll 2,
Okay.
difficulty 1.
All right. Can I do a focus cybernetics?
Yes.
Yes. Fuck!
Nope. Pounces on it and misses.
Control security is literally the worst I can do. Sorry, presence is also as bad.
Shame I'm not there to assist you with a complication.
Cole, you're up.
All right, I am. So the console is right next to the flashing doorway, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I am going to try and we would have left some security forces back on the I can't remember if these gateways are two-way. I don't think they are.
They're not.
Okay. Trying to figure out what to do here. So right now it's just flashing between different locations, yeah?
Yes. It's on its idle mode, which just flashes between various locations.
Okay. I am going to. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna try and see if this console is connected to any other systems.
Okay. Give me a reason engineering.
All right. Reason
Assist.
engineering.
By the way, dumb side question, Paul.
You're not next to the console, doll,
right,
so I don't
that's
think you can.
Go ahead. What was your question there, Buster?
Was he wearing House of Koloth, and were his ridges similar to mine?
Yes, and yes.
Okay.
So, your question for reason engineering was like, this is connected. Does it seem like it's connected to anything else?
Yeah, to any other systems that I might be able to affect, because
It's
the gateway
connected-
isn't going to be any immediate help.
It's connected to a massive eddy, which is located at the center of the, like right behind you. Based off the sensors, you can see it's like right behind you, but it takes up most of the pyramid. In fact, the pyramid seems to have been built specifically to contain this eddy, which would have ripped the whole planet apart if it had.
If it had not been properly contained.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it's also powering the whole system, everything.
I'm gonna try and on my next action, because my action this time was finding out what it's connected to. But I'm gonna try and breach containment.
Okay.
Oh shit.
This is going to be a that would be your next action. We'll figure that out. It's now its turn.
Yep.
The Hurq's turn. It looks and sees that its Klingon friend is dead, and then like it changes entirely. Its entire form changes from that of a robot to a big gelatinous like pillar, as it were, almost like golden, like shimmering pillar. And you have heard of only one other creature that has been able to do this, and I forgot to double check to make sure this is you have seen this, but it looks like a changeling.
I thought so.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
When it started to bleed.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it just flops, like it just like suddenly just jumps across to another console and starts pecking away at things. And you start hearing warning lights and flashings. And Cole, you see the whole system is going to implode in less time than it would take for you to escape.
All right. Change of plans.
And it is after that, it is going to like literally turn into a pillar and kind of stretch itself into the gateway and disappear into the gateway.
Can do a reaction
Is
and
there any
grab it.
chance of me cutting a piece of it off on its way out?
Yeah, give me
What
a
I wanted to do
too.
was try and grab it and prevent it from getting through, just enough so the scene changes.
so it's like half of it's cut in half.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be a daring security.
I will help him. Ah,
Okay.
I'm trying to slice the end off this thing.
Okay,
anyway.
so daring.
Yes.
All right.
Oh,
Try.
shit!
Take your batleth.
Yes.
No, Paul!
Yes.
Call!
It doesn't take the bat lift.
That's fine, because I have an extra one up in my room, and it's my dad's. Okay.
Yes.
So
Okay. So you swipe at it with your bat lift to try to slow it down, and it literally snaps in two as it tries to hit the thing. It basically sees your move and goes, and you slam down full force onto the ground, and it just snaps the bat lift.
So what happens with my attack?
You managed to cut off a piece of it. Give me some damage for it. Okay, I'll say take half of it because it's you're kind of like reaching for this. So that's 2, 4, 6, 7,
take another
9,
little piece of my
9. So
baby.
let's say 4 stress on that thing. So you take off a big chunk of it as it kind of like forms, and you can hear it screech, and then it disappears into the gateway.
But a chunk falls to the ground?
Yes, you have a
right.
significant chunk you could use.
We have
We'll
a scoop.
we have a serving.
Yeah.
If there's no active combat while they're all fighting with the equipment, I'm going to poke it with the batleth.
Yeah. Okay. Seeing as how much I unsurprisingly failed and anything combat related, I'm gonna go scoot over to Cole and see if I can assist him with. With this thing.
When it looks like the combat is over,
Yeah.
Anarin, get on that other console. I'm gonna need your help. There's no way we're gonna be able to make it out of here in time through normal means. I want to retarget this gateway to the onto the Vasquez.
What about abnormal means?
That's the abnormal means. You're not gonna
Yes.
beam because there's no beam. You can't get a lock in this thing.
I'm not
trying-
talking about beaming. I'm talking about going through the eddy.
That's what.
That's
Oh,
what
he's
he's
talking about the
trying
gateway.
to target it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to target the Iconian gateway.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a ship to
Nothing.
go through the
You
eddy.
can't get
That would
through.
be bad.
No communications can get through.
Not even to the others on
Nope.
on.
Nope.
Shit!
It's
I gotta run
completely-
out of here and tell everybody to try to evacuate.
You wouldn't have enough time.
Like the hallways and stuff, we're not gonna have enough time.
Oh shit!
I'm saying
Okay.
we're going through that eddy.
Yes, I'm assisting. What do we do?
Give me a
It's
So,
gonna be
give me
tasks.
a reason or control science for the assist, and Cole, give me a control or reason engineering.
All right.
Jerry rigging focus.
Yes. You guys both
All
can
right.
use focuses with this one. All right, you're able to target the Vasquez and get back on there.
All right, everybody through. And Cole's gonna be the last one out.
Okay. You all run through.
Yes.
Baj is complicated about it, but she's gonna do it.
Okay.
Commander, if we have any chance of communicating to the ground forces that they need to evacuate, it's going to be from the Vasquez. Go!
I go.
I'm going to get hell for that later, but
That's what you're worried about? You're not thinking about the Hurq? Or the Tusik?
Tusik.
why do you think Cole's going to be the last one out?
You're not going to get there.
So, here's just what happens. You guys get through the Iconian Gateway.
Paul,
Yeah.
once everyone else is through, I would like to spend my determination to retarget the gateway to the Hurq.
Okay. Give me difficulty 3.
But he uses a
control
determination, isn't that?
reason or
Isn't
control
that like
momentum
automatic success?
available.
Oh, it's an automatic double success. It's automatic double success when you use it.
Yeah,
when
so
you
he
use it.
just
Okay.
succeeds.
Yes.
So I'm going to
Period.
get... Well, it's difficulty 3, so I have 2 points already. So I need an additional point.
No,
how much
two
momentum
critical
did...
success. It counts
Oh,
as
2
two
critical successes. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
Yeah.
you want to get it. So
Yeah, you got the task.
retarget it. You're in the Hurq. You like appear
All
in
right.
the Hurq.
Yep, I'm gonna try to use the transporter on the Hurq to grab Captain Akul on my way off planet. Like
Okay.
that's my That's my goal because I'm trying to get back to the Vasquez.
You can communicate them to the ground forces from here. You
Oh,
just couldn't
perfect.
do it from inside the pyramid.
Yeah, I immediately communicate and I'm like, I relay the situation. So it's this is Lieutenant Commander Daxon Cole to all active ground forces on site or on planet. There is about to be a massive event. You need to evacuate immediately.
Okay.
And I broadcast on wide channel so that even the opposing forces get the message. Like I'm just
Gotcha.
On the ship, I'm going to start just racing to a terminal to beam whoever I can grab from the planet up.
And on my way out, I grabbed my brother's batleth and actually, I would have dragged his body through. That's a good idea.
Also, there's that moment because I targeted the bridge where 4 of you just run out of nothing onto the bridge.
Yes, just appear on the bridge. So, Captain, you just see all four of them just show up on the bridge.
And I'm carrying a dead
And Terzi
body.
frantically hitting a terminal.
Yes.
What is the meaning of this?
That planet's not going to be there much longer.
I'll let Dal explain it. I have to go to medical.
All right.
Very well.
So this is
dismissed.
going to be a timed event, and we'll get this done. So give me everyone tell me what you're doing to help out with the evacuation. You won't be able to get all of them, but you will be able to get a lot of them.
I'm getting as many people as I can on the Hurq because I'm on planet.
Beaming up whoever
I am focusing on Captain Akul's unit.
Okay.
I'm trying to reroute all the sensors into the transporters to try and get a faster lock so they can get more people on.
So give me
Those pattern enhancers are down there.
Give me a control science, and this will decrease the difficulty of any kind of plus the pattern enhancers which are there, which will decrease the difficulty by 2. So now it's 1 because you're going from the surface to the pad.
And all 3 transporter
I'll spend a
bays are
momentum
being
as well
used.
because we're full.
Give me a control engineering their drones, or Terzi.
Okay. And just to be clear, bringing up whoever I can, but my priority is the intel officers.
First, gotcha.
4 for me, 4 for rerouting.
Oh,
You can
I get an assist.
Can't get. Well, you already got an assist for rerouting the power, so yeah, I'll just say that counts. So you're able to get the intel officers, and let's see, each pad holds 6, so that's 12, 18. So 2 intel officers and 16 Klingons in the pattern bay. Into the transporter bay. Cole, give me a control engineering check.
I'm going to spend 2 momentum, which will put us at 4, right?
Yes. Okay, you succeed because you're closer.
Puts us at 3. I spent 1 momentum.
Okay, cool.
It doesn't say you spent any momentum either.
We aren't the only ship here,
let
correct?
me spend that additional momentum.
You are the only ship in the system.
What happened to Baaj's loyalists?
Yeah, they were
there's
supposed to come. Oh, they were waiting for us to deactivate this.
Oh yeah, they were, weren't they?
They were waiting for us to deactivate. Yeah.
There are the 2 House Koloth ships that we didn't fully destroy that are in a decaying orbit around the planet.
But
Well,
have
no,
the
they
shields and then the
self-destructed.
power.
They self-destructed.
Yeah.
Right,
they
I
self-destructed.
totally forgot that happened somehow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're able to.
Still like 1,000 Klingons on the surface.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
There isn't much we can do for them.
So here's what
Except-
happens.
Yeah.
As you're broadcasting that, the pilots of the other 2 vessels, the other 2, have the same idea you do, and beam as many as they can. So you are managed to save about combined, maybe
120.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe like 120 total Klingons.
You did like
including
40
Captain
per.
Yeah, 40 per, and then plus overloading the shuttle that Cole's in for emergency. So they said gave 20 people in that one. So
Yeah.
that's
They're packed
100
in as
plus.
tight as they can.
Yeah. about 100 on the runabouts, and you get maybe about 40 or so beamed in before this event happens. You see from orbit, you can see this bright light happens as you guys are in the runabout. You can see this the temple seems to, or the pyramid seems to implode, like it slowly goes in and goes into this eddy that then explodes, and the planet starts like cracking as it expands and starts to like fissure out and like disappear, pieces disappear, and the planet itself then explodes into pieces. Give me a what is this? Give me a, well, you know what? I'll do the damage first and see how much.
I'm assuming repairs would have been underway while we were down there.
Between
So maybe you got
seas,
shields up.
Yeah.
Yeah, shields are up at full.
Red alert.
Yes. All right. Oh yeah. Let's do.
I'm a little offended you thought I'd leave my baby behind, drones.
I was trying to figure out where your priority was, and then I'm like, oh, okay.
Rolling 14 dice, 0. There we go.
There we go. So that's how much damage is it manages to hit all of your ships. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 damage.
So shields are at 3.
I believe that gets through the shields on the runabouts.
Yeah, but they have scale. They have resistance. They have
Yeah.
runabouts they have 4, so they have resistance of 1. So like the shields get dropped and the runabout shakes and shudders a little bit as it gets through. The shields flare and almost barely stand as the white light dims, and then the eddy seems to disappear as the planet is left cracked into 1,000 pieces.
And then in all the shuttles, and aboard all the shuttles, you guys all just literally all at the same time.
Yeah.
And as it's blowing up and stuff, Baj is like standing in medical watching a feed of it as like Nagata's like kind of going over her brother's dead body, and she's like she's broadcasting across all channels to all vehicles and ships, and she. As it's blowing up, she starts to sing. Koi keles puglo, koi pugbe pu, yabo mabo jeshuvi se machu meu, yimbo yama jejmajokchu, yimbe yama jakwovku. Batlash mejbeje joki dava pumadi muparek mashuta kumale kumashuta. Oh.
There you go.
And then tears roll down her eye as mine does too.
And that's where we're going to end the season.
I imagine that while that song is
Beautiful.
happening, it's like a slow fade between each of the ships.
like,
and,
Each
like,
of the ships. Yeah.
Yeah.
and like Cole does the two-finger kiss and touch the top of the console on
Yeah.
the Hurq because he
Yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations. You've made it through season 1 of Star Trek Vasquez.
You live.
We only blew up one planet.
Was that a successful?
There was a supernova.
There was a
We've
supernova.
destroyed more than one planet.
Do you feel like that was a good ending to that?
Yes.
Just make sure in the edit you edit out the part where I talk about tears. Just
Yeah.
end it on the song.
Oh, so I'm gonna do a little unusual thing. Let's go for not your favorite moment of the episode. Let's do 2: favorite moment of the episode, and then favorite moment of the season.
No.
Okay.
Oh God.
So,
Man.
we'll start.
I know mine.
So, Sakir, what is your favorite moment of the episode?
Of the episode, I'm gonna have to steal what I think is possibly gonna be Call's as well, and that's gonna be his epic escape after letting everybody go through, and then using his determination to go. That was a true TV moment there. That was great.
Yeah.
As for my favorite moment of the entire season, there've been quite a few amazing turns of events that have happened. But I love when I think it was like, perhaps the plate is mightier than the sword.
Nausicaa knockouts.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, it's been an amazing season. I have so many highlights, but those two, I think I'll leave at that. Otherwise, I'll be here forever.
Buster.
Yeah.
Favorite moment of the episode. Favorite moment of the series.
Favorite moment of the episode is probably that you pulled my brother out on me, who's been dead for like 40 years.
Yeah.
He was dead as a kid. Like he was killed as a child. So there's a lot of questions to answer next season about that. But overall, for like the whole thing, I just have one and I forgot it. Like it slipped my mind as I was talking about that. Probably the Rock saga, honestly. Just the string of rock things. Yeah.
He is your Harry Mudd. He is the Harry Mudd of the series.
Yeah, exactly. I thought Paja was gonna be, and then Rock came along and it was like, well, you know.
Paja's in our brig.
She's at the station. She's at the station. Or she's in the brig of the Thunder Child right now. Because that's waiting there. The Akira class. All right, and then let's see. HP, favorite moment of the episode, favorite moment of the series.
So, favorite moment of the episode. Well, there is a special part in my heart for saving the Hurq. The return of the Hurq.
Okay.
At the hands of the engineering.
That was good, yeah.
And I'm glad that I got to honor their hard work at the end there as well. Favorite moment of the. Sorry, I'm going to retrace and choose a different favorite moment of the episode. Baja's song actually gave me chills. Like that was well done. And you know what? That pulled a lot of emotion in just that little moment. So I'm gonna reseat that as my favorite moment of the episode. Favorite moment of the season? Doll's laser light show.
yes.
Freaking hit him!
Down. That's literally the only time. Like there have been a lot of funny moments this season. That's the only time that the entire show was derailed with laughter.
Because he couldn't hit.
So that one gets my favorite moment of the season.
Drones, your favorite moment of the episode, favorite moment of the season.
Definitely the song for the episode. That was very well done, Buster.
She's been practicing.
Very impressive. So. yeah, I can tell. Like that, it shows. It was very well done and very heartfelt. So yeah, that's definitely the point of the episode right there, as far as I'm concerned, was hearing that. So for the entire series, there was actually another moment where we derailed with laughter, and I don't have it handy, but the moment I got to use the plastic chicken, I don't know where it went. It's around here somewhere, but that was my favorite moment.
Okay. Anaran, Darsh, favorite moment of this episode, favorite moment of the season.
Yeah, actually, I was gonna say that my favorite of the episode was when we got when the Klingon ship appeared and Buster just without any sort of instruction just fire just like completely
hey, it's her name mistake, man. That's her name, you know?
But as for the series, yeah, it would have to be DJ Doll.
with DJ Doll. So I'm hearing we need two t-shirts for next season. We need the Nausicaa Knockouts t-shirt, and we need DJ Doll Anaran. Just a DJ Doll,
like a silhouette, like a silhouette of Darsh, like
with a laser
show in the background with DJ Doll, DJ Anaran,
or set phasers to like
set phasers to party.
All right, so I'll give my favorite moment of the episode. My favorite moment of the episode is finally giving you guys a starship challenge in terms of combat that you actually
had difficulty with.
That was fun. That was great. That was the favorite moment. Favorite moment of the series. I'm gonna do a cop out and say the entire series is my favorite moment. Because you guys are all here. But in reality, it was. But actually, my favorite moment of the series was probably. It was probably the Jace Terzi coming clean to Captain Secure about his stuff, because that's kind of set off everything into motion for that.
And being dressed down for teleporting a chicken man into space.
Chicken man into space. Yeah. So thank you guys. This will be on YouTube here shortly. If you guys enjoyed this, we will be back. Season 2 of Vasquez will happen probably this time next year in 2021.
So if you guys like it,
we might do a little bit in the in-between stuff.
We gotta do a short leave episode. Come on. We gotta do the short leave episode in between seasons.
Yes.
I think season 2 episode 0 should be the short leave episode. Personally,
there we go.
Well, it doesn't have to be 1 week before.
Yeah, we can do season 2 episode 0 in between, like Nahir and we can do it in like 2 weeks or something like that. But it's not the end of TSMR. In about 3 weeks, we'll be doing a season 2 of The Expanse. So if you guys who watched us from the Expanse series, you'll be able to watch us again, season 2, where we left off the crew of the Actium. They were in deep space with a bunch of Martian Marines, and in the war between Earth and Mars had just started. So that's going to be a fun one to come back to.
And you know, look at me. I'm the captain now.
Yeah, she's the captain.
I'm slightly less homicidal over there. So
not slightly, like considerably.
He doesn't like to murder people with his guns.
Lowest body count on that ship, highest body count on this ship.